What's giving you round 3? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, gotcha. Sorry, my shit's lagging all over the place, so I have a feeling with both of us trying to stream, it's just not gonna work today. Sorry, you haven't streamed in a few days. I will end my stream. No. You go ahead. You haven't. Well, I only just started, so as far as anyone's concerned, well, as far as I'm concerned, or anyone's concerned, I don't exist yet. So I will drop out. You have your day of streaming, okay? And I'll just do a little bit of a longer one tomorrow. All right. Well, we'll leave it go for a little bit, but if it, well, I was gonna say we'll leave it for a little bit. If it still gives any kind of problems, then I'll be the one to we'll shut it down from there, and that way then you can get a stream in because you haven't streamed in days, and we'll go from there. Okay? All right. Deal. Love you. Actually, we do. It's connected to my work computer at the moment. Is it an IR flashlight?
Resubscription received.
Alan Sterling, thank you so much for the 4-month subscription. I hope you're feeling better, dude. Aloha. So. Oh, Hagen just called me. Well, tried to. I kind of said I was with somebody and lying because I was eating on my couch.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, just wanted to talk with you in regards to my recent docket post just closing the divorce out without a hearing through mediation and agreement.
No, sorry. There's more to it. If there wasn't the battery added to it, then fine. But there's battery, so no, we have to go through the courts.
Awesome, Alan. Awesome to hear. That's what I was thinking of saying is like, look, ultimately she battered him. He lost time off work with the investigation due to her actions. We kind of really want this heard out by a judge.
Yeah, exactly.
So, y'all good?
Yeah, just met with a new client.
Oh,
Marcus Dolorosa.
oh, never heard of him.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, Marcus Dolorosa. Apparently, um, two people were driving Mons Nash's bus last night to the early morning of today, and cops charged him with battery when he was trying to defend himself against these two knuckleheads.
We've actually finalized the D&D. Okay, so again, the police sitting there and jumping to conclusions, and now someone else
Mm-hmm.
is paying the price. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I fucking had enough of goddamn. What's the fucker's name? Malachi. I've had enough of his fucking horse shit too. I came up to MRPD because Mason was there and he requested me to come. So I showed up. The front door is fucking locked. So obviously they locked the front door to make sure he didn't escape. So entrapment, right? And then he has an
Mm-hmm.
attitude, and then he doesn't expect me to retaliate with said attitude.
Jesus H. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm fucking done with Malachi as far as so I what did I do? I ended up called Wheat Kings. I called Mitch. I called him and said, look, like, yes, I yelled at him and I will absolutely admit I yelled at him, but he didn't need to be so aggressive towards me first. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I get you. And I think I've had issues with Malachi before when I was an officer.
So, needless to say, Mitch said he would let Sally know, but I want to talk to Sally personally because she knows I'm not going to yell at somebody just for the fuck of it unless somebody is absolutely a dick to me. She knows this. He goes, oh, I don't need to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with you when you're yelling at me. I go, you don't need to be aggressive and you don't need an attitude.
So many different
Thank you for
things going out
following.
right now. Atticus Shift. Wow, thank you. It's crazy that you came and have
Yeah.
followed
So
me.
basically,
Like,
yeah,
damn.
just so fucking fed up with
They
these
shouldn't.
cops.
This is part of the reason I left. It is hard to be a good cop in this city when every other asshole does this shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but it's no wonder criminals fucking hate these cops. And the funny thing is because I'm not a judge anymore, they don't think that they need to kiss my ass anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Oh,
I've already got people calling me a traitor and shit like that. So, you know.
well, and then Malachi goes, well, I gotta search you. I go right ahead. I don't have anything on me. My guns are in my vehicle at home. Like I took my Karen out because it didn't have my weapons in it, so I wasn't worried about that getting stolen. You know what I mean? Like not parking my
Yeah.
Rebla at MRPD. So he's like, oh, I bet you're not used to being searched. I'm like, dude, you have no idea. I'm like, I miss my keys, but like I don't know. He's just being a right royal fucking wienerhead. I don't know. So
Sounds about
we
right.
have another case with Mason now because of that fucking bogus warrant. Did you look at that?
I did not have a chance to yet.
Yeah. Um, so the statement of facts is 3 sentences long, 3 to 4 sentences long for this warrant.
Uh, why did I just close that down? I was in the fucking docket. It's just I was in the civil docket. I could have gone back and gone to the criminal docket.
I do that all the time. And then I have a meeting at Bolingbrook probably in about less than an hour.
Oh, is this the one where
It's for the governor
for the
kidnapping.
governor kidnapping? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Officer Wolf witness suspect Mason
Multiple
Valentino
gifted
dealing
subscriptions
drugs.
received.
How did he know he was dealing drugs?
Said that they saw the handoff, but here's the other kicker
Oh,
too. There's no pictures in there. There's no photographic evidence of him doing a handoff.
Alan Sterling, thank you so much for the tier 1
No,
subs gifted to 5 people. I
like
appreciate it, brother.
honestly, this statement wouldn't stand in court. So
Yeah.
as soon as the judge gets assigned, I want us to
Yeah, motion for dismissal.
with prejudice.
Yeah, dealing drugs on Vespucci Beach. So they saw him hand something to someone and assumed it was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say he started to flee from officers. Now, he's not under arrest. It's not
No,
fleeing unless you've identified that you're placing him under arrest. He could be out for
yep,
a jog.
yeah.
Multiple gifted
They never once
subscriptions
said that he
received.
was under arrest. They never once said anything. In all honesty, and
And
I
you
told
obviously
Malachi that.
had a chat with him.
Oh yeah, I think he was definitely selling drugs. It's Mason. Come on. But the point is we can get him off on this.
I don't know, because I thought I could get Jesus off, and then the motherfuckers just changed to a no contest plea. So
Well, you want to know why he probably did that?
I, I don't know. Do I? Do I want to know this?
So he could fucking carry a weapon
Well,
and not be put in for the nines.
I literally talked to Cole, who was reviewing the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Cole said to me as I spoke to him, "There's enough PC for an arrest to question, but not for a warrant or arrest." And I said, 100%. I
Mm-hmm.
will compromise with you. I agree. But he should not have this warrant for these charges just because of
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. And apparently Twitter is admissible, but yet when I've taken it as a detective to judges, they've thrown it out the window saying it's not admissible.
Yeah, depends on it 100% depends on the judge because I've always admitted it. You know I've always admitted it. I don't know. I don't know, but we are getting busy, so hopefully we can get this one court
And
case
Alan
out of
Sterling
my hair
again with
soon, so
2
that way
more
there we can
gifted
focus
subs.
on
Thank you
everybody
so
else
much,
too
bro.
at the same time. So I know I'm leaning on you a lot until this thing's over, but
No, it's
I know
okay.
you can handle it.
Well, so far I've only technically got Jesus and then I think 2 for Mason.
Yeah,
And
and
even then, I
then
think one of the Mason ones, you're still first chair, and I'm just second on it. So.
yeah, which I might actually get you to work on the item that they requested from us,
Mm-hmm. All
which
right.
was the detailed explanation, I think.
Yeah. You know the goal keeps shifting, right? Yeah, because they want the detailed burden of proof. It is so weird that they're doing it through documentation and not just putting us in a courtroom and talk it out.
This isn't like honestly, if I would have known Castillo was doing this part, I wouldn't have fucking hired him. I could tell you that right now.
I suppose I
But
should. I suppose I should call O'Hagan and say, "Hey, how you doing? Uh, I I know Josh kind of wants it to go to trial, so there really is no
we got to do what our client wants.
yeah. I mean, I'm still honestly. It's like I sit here and go, they're literally going no contest. I know that we want to push it for the fact that there was the battery, but if they're gonna give us damages for the time off work and the battery, what do we achieve by going to court other
Yeah.
than people can come in and hear how a police officer beat the shit out of her soon-to-be ex-husband?
Yeah. Which doesn't look good on the police officer either, to be fair. So I do understand where he's coming from too.
I might. Is Josh around?
Good question. I don't know.
No, he's not. I'll call O'Hagan, hear what he wants to say, and then I had a
Mm-hmm.
random phone call that I missed apparently. I better call that one back. Okay, apparently they might be busy. Either that or it's just not working on my phone. 0559. I don't know who that ends in.
055?
0559 are the last four digits.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's not even that phone number.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'll be honest. I did get a phone call from Alan. We need to. I'm going to put you first chair on that one too.
Okay. Wait, the lawyer?
Yep.
The one that and r'd his way through a defense and honestly.
Yep.
Oh,
He called me asking for help on this. He wants a new prosecutor picked because Cole Gordon is it's a conflict of interest for Cole Gordon.
okay.
Um, because of the fact that Cole Gordon is running for governor. So, which I understand that completely.
Okay. Alright, let me. I'm assuming the person that called me is probably turned their phone off. I'm just gonna call O'Hagan real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Stryker, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Mr. Hagan. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I don't know if you got a chance to read my update on the docket.
Yeah, I just did have a brief skim through there. The one issue that we're coming up against here is quite honestly, well, it's a, I guess I want to say it's a fantastic change of heart in terms of compared to what Gary put up before. Uh, our client does want this to go to trial given the aggravated circumstance of the battery.
That's a criminal thing.
Well, I do get that, but the thing is having it also on record from as a major mitigating factor. The other thing too is that we are seeking damages such as court costs, time off work.
You can't seek court costs or time off work at a civil divorce hearing. You know that, Stryker.
Well, I mean, given that it's you know her implications that she wants this and then she's gone and escalated. We do.
Well, perfect. Post that in the docket. That's what this docket's for, and I'll just motion for the whole docket to be dismissed.
Okay, well.
You can't. You're requesting a civil case inside of a divorce hearing.
Well, the fact of the matter is the divorce itself is already a civil case. We've
Correct.
already put in there on the
case.
initial documentation that you'll note that we've requested that the court award any other damages or any other any other monies that they find applicable, and we've also requested court costs. So that's already been
Court costs on that are $500. I'll give you the money for it.
okay. Well,
That's what that court cost. I'm guessing this is your first divorce hearing. That court cost line is for the $500 you have to pay in court fees.
Okay. Well, again, I am going to have to speak with him, but his instructions previously were due to the aggravated circumstances, he'd like it to see a trial so that the full details can be heard and noted down. I'll have a chat with him.
Okay. Well, then you need a motion that you're actually seeing this to be a civil case, so we can actually properly, because the way this case is presented right now is it's a divorce hearing, and that's why I'm not objecting to the evidence. Now, if you're going to actually create a civil case on top of the civil court hearing, then 100% I'm going to object. But you need to do two separately. You can't do them in the same.
Okay. Well, that's where we're going through and working things out here. Okay. That's why I'm going to talk with him, see what he still wants to do there, and then if we have to separate him, we'll separate him. But at
Yeah,
the
'cause I
moment.
mean, we can agree there's stuff from both sides. It's not going to look good for either officers. I mean, I would suggest we seal this if we're going to do much more.
Well, I mean, I don't see how you can say there's anything from my client when, she was the one that instigated the divorce. She said, we're done. He asked for his ring back. He took his property back, and then she needlessly beat him in PD.
Okay, you realize he took his property. It's a gift. Wedding rings are federally considered a gift.
Okay. Well, I mean that's whether or not you consider them a gift or not.
You just stated to me that he took the ring. That's perfect. That's what I need to know.
Okay. Well, he asked for it and then received it. I myself have been married and divorced, and I got the rings back because I asked for them and received them.
You can request that. You can request them back. You cannot take them from an individual.
Okay, and the fact that I'm sitting here and having a non-recorded conversation with you, my wording is not admissible. You know that. So
I do know that, but I also know you're an honest man, Stryker. I've worked with you on several occasions.
Yeah, you also know for the fact that when I'm having a casual conversation with you, I'm paraphrasing and generalizing. So, the situation.
I'm pretty disappointed to see you guys are trying to do a civil case instead of a divorce case. Like, I'm pretty disappointed that you guys are understanding court procedure.
Well, the thing is we submitted to the fact that originally it was going to be a no contest, and then we got told that she changed her mind when Mr. Schumann contacted my client without contacting us first.
Okay, so that's why I'm taking over here.
No, I get that, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate that. And look, as I said, I will wholeheartedly talk with Mr. White and say, look, this is the situation that we're facing. If he wants to seek, any other damages, things like that, then we'll transition and file for a civil case. I 100% understand where you're coming from. I just need a chance to.
You're gonna want to close out the divorce case first, and then you have the right to do the other stuff. I'm not saying you don't.
Oh no, 100%, and I get where you're coming from. I 100% see both sides. Ultimately, we've got to be, as you know, guided by Mr. White, and I will position both things to him, see what he wishes to do. I take under advisement what you're saying. Okay, that's not a problem. And if you're happy, if Christina is happy to pay the court costs or you on her behalf, I'll note that to him as well.
I'm not really worried about the $500.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay, not a problem. Well,
it's just typically the filer pays it. That's just kind of typical procedure. But if that's really a big concern, I will pay the money. It's $500. I'm not really caring about it.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously it's a mitigating factor. That's the one issue that we run into. So let me talk with him, see what he wants to do, and how we proceed from there. Unfortunately, I do believe that he's currently out of town, just on another kind of personal errand, trying to clear his head, with everything that's going on. So I'll send an email to him. If I get something back, I'll give you a call back today. More than likely, though, the response may be more than realistically tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Did you ever ask her the reason they got married?
No. So your client, when she did call me, the only time I've had contact with her outside of professional colleague courtesy when I was an officer, was her saying, "Why did I take that bastard's case? I'm a dirty whore. Do I work at the VU with all the other dirty whores? You're a traitor. Fuck off, you dirty whore."
Okay, so
no, I did not.
You should ask Josh why they got married. Because you might find it a little hysterical.
Okay, well, I mean, whether or not that's an issue here. I mean, there was always ground. If she did not wish to enter into it willingly, or she changed her mind, there's always an annulment rather than getting to this point.
No. It sounds like he didn't want to enter into it. It was for a name change. She wanted her name changed, and he agreed to it. To get married for a name change.
Okay. Well,
and that's obviously her side. If he has a different side, that's fine or whatever. I'm just saying, I don't think that he's gonna want that to come out on any stand.
Well, I mean, it does seem a little farcical, so I will definitely double check in on that one because, I'm gonna be honest. I don't mean to laugh. I know it's a very serious matter, but That's kind of a funny one. I have not heard of that one before.
Yeah, I told her I could do that without getting married. Like, I can get her name
Oh,
changed.
absolutely. Well, like, and that's the thing is when it comes to the name change, I'm fairly sure we even ticked the box that it reverts back to her maiden name. I can't remember. Honestly, I think we did, but we may not have because he was kind of like,
It's Davis.
okay, yeah, because he was kind of the mind of like, look, if she wants white, she can fucking keep it. So I can't remember if I checked it just out of let's do this mandatorily or not. But look, I do appreciate the reach out. Let me speak with him. I'll let you know how we're going to proceed forward from there, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay. Yep. If you could, you definitely need to state on the docket what your actual intentions with this are, because
Yeah.
so far you've admitted evidence in that you want the house and the dogs. That's all that's been intended on the docket, and any other
Well,
restitution they see fit. But it's not. They don't grant restitution for damages. They grant restitution for costs of marriage.
mm-hmm. All right. Well, and that's the thing is if he wishes to seek any further on that, then that's where obviously other things will come about. So, but leave it with me. It was the dogs, the house, the rings. Obviously, he has asked back and has them. I don't know if she's contesting that part at all there, but
No, she's fine with him
she's
keeping
there.
the rings.
Okay. All right, not a problem. Let me speak with him, see what we can do from there, and we'll go on, and I'll let you know.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, not a problem at all, Don.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See, I
Baby,
will deal with him
can you grab that?
over
It's Mom.
Schumann any day.
Yeah, no, he's.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. So his thing is this is she's agreeing to no contest at all. He can have everything. They'll even pay the legal fees. The issue
Okay.
is, obviously, in terms of any damages that have been done post or from the battery, that's going to be a separate civil case, which he's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're agreeing to no contest, things like that, any other damages that we would have grabbed, honestly, they're not there. So yeah, I'm thinking I might email Josh and say, look, she's going to agree to no contest. She'll even pay the court fees. I think we take it. Let's get that done. And then if you want anything extra, let's go the civil route for the battery, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So
I do need your CSN as well for my paperwork.
okay. Also, I wanted to talk with. Did you get my email about Auto Exotic?
Yes, we got to work on some employment contracts.
Yeah, so they've said if they took us on retainer, would we be able to do proper documentation for them, things like that. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you want to put in your CSN number, you should actually have access to that paperwork.
The retainer one.
Yeah, you do. You're in there. So the actual. I gotta do a separate thing here. Hold
Oh,
on. Let me.
the business pay sheet thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to plop in your CSN in there, that'll be great. So that way there I have all that paperwork. I'm working a lot harder right now. It's on your ID.
No, I just meant on the sheet here. Is it under the employee section?
Yeah. Papers. I'm working a lot harder right now than I did when I was a judge.
Tell me about it. This is almost as intensive as when I was a detective.
Yeah, but it's a little more enjoyable.
A little bit. Why can I not seem to get into... Oh, there we go. My pockets just were a little deeper than I thought, apparently.
I think by the end of this, John's going to be like, I need you to come back to the judiciary. You're done with your fun. You know what I mean?
Yep. I am actually locked out of that, so let me send it to you in an email here.
That's really weird. You shouldn't be. You have editor privileges. That is really weird.
your Mr. De La Rosa has just arrived. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, can you add him to that file? There we go.
Okay, Mr. De La Rosa has been added to that file. There's also another unmarked file. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, Alwyn opened that one up. So we can actually get rid of that one because we have it all in his actual file. I'm going to grab that. But yeah, he's not wrong though when it comes to conflict. But who else are they going to get, Cassandra?
She
I
honestly,
don't
honestly, if you want a good lawyer to come work for us who might be willing to jump, she's the one.
No, no, thank you.
No, because PD have literally started to verbally abuse her.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like me, especially when she goes to criminals and tells them about me and tells them the problem she has about with me. So no, I'm good. I am 100% good. She's brought that one from me onto herself. But I'm talking about who are they going to have to prosecute this case with Alvin? No, they don't have anybody because Cassandra's not doing court cases.
Cyrus would be better.
Cyrus can't either.
Why?
He's also saying not Cyrus.
Okay, all right. I'll have to look deeper into that because I haven't had a chance to read it all today.
Yeah, but let's find out why though. But yeah, he called me today, asked me if I could help him. He said he'd help do some of the legal work, considering he is a lawyer, right? But yeah.
So O'Hagan wants us to seal the divorce as well, but we don't seal divorces here. So, because he's like, it's gonna look bad for both officers, and I'm like, well, not really.
No, it won't look bad for Josh White at all because he didn't hit her. And then this way here, we don't have Dolores listening to it either if we settle this out of court.
Well, I've put it up there for Josh's consideration. Hopefully, he takes the recommendation. It makes life a little easier, and I can put that in the win column for case number 1.
Exactly. Because that is a win.
It's helicopter ATC, known as while in pursuit of an uninvolved vehicle, we witnessed a helicopter flying 50-ish feet. How do you go 50-ish? I'm sorry, what unit of fucking measurement is 50-ish?
Right?
How did you measure this, officer? Did you have a tape measure? Did you have a radar altimeter? Did you have a fucking set of rulers that you stacked on top of each other? Did you use maybe the collective body height of every PD member stacked on top until you hit the record of 50-ish feet? Or is it simply the amount of bullshit that this report smells of that stacked that fucking high? And with that, I'd get contempt.
Please don't. Please don't get contempt right now. I cannot afford to have you do contempt right now.
World's shortest career as a lawyer. 1 week.
I've even, yeah, we got a lot. We have a lot going on.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we do. Actually, let me call. Let me see if Auto Exotic's open. Holt's there. I have a feeling none of the people I spoke with yesterday are around. Yeah, he's not around. This is gonna be an interesting conversation. I'm just gonna call Jesus real quick.
Mm-hmm. He wanted the best. We're pretty much the best.
Hello, Logan.
Hey, Mr. Martinez. Um, just saw that the docket got updated that you had changed to a
Yeah.
no contest on this one.
So last night some shit happened, and they caught me while I was on bail, and they were gonna send me for the nines, and I'll be real, I didn't want to sit there for fucking who knows how long.
Okay.
So I don't know what grounds we'd have to go and fight it for something else, because like you said, it was very baseless.
Well, to be very honest, the difficult part that we have here is yesterday evening I sat down with Cole Gordon in his capacity as the Attorney General for the State Prosecution's Office. Uh, some conversations were had, and he was going to review whether the charges could be dropped or not, and he was going to get back to me today. So the one issue that we have is now that you've pled no contest, it's not an admission of guilt in any way, shape, or form. You're saying that you're intending to appeal it. It's just now a whole different kettle of fish because you have served the time, you've served the fine. Essentially, all we're trying to do then is get this expunged from your record and seeing if we can maybe then take it into a civil suit for, unjust arrest. Um, so it just becomes a little bit more difficult. Like I'm not
A
saying,
different.
yeah, it's just a different piece of the pie, if you will. Yeah, because had Cole come back to me today and said the charges were dropped because of lack of evidence, things like that, had you gone for the nines, we would have walked you straight out of prison. But this one, because it's on your record, we're now going to have to close off the criminal case and then make it an appeal case instead. So, if you
In
want
your
us
opinion, do you think it's worth going after?
well, we're gonna have there just as they would have in court. They have to dictate where the probable cause came for the arrest. Now, the thing is, did they have probable cause to arrest you and bring you in for questioning? Hell yes. Hell yes, they did. But that's not what we're arguing here. What we're arguing is, did they have probable cause to place those charges on you? Which, no. And if, as a detective, I had brought that to any judge for a warrant, they would have laughed me right out of their chambers. So now what we're going to have to do is basically we'd be making the same argument that we would concede that yes, they had every right to arrest you, to remove you from the street and bring you to MRPD for questioning. But
Exactly.
that did not happen. Instead, they laid down charges that they had no definitive proof that you were a part of, other than you made a comment on Twitter and a photo was taken. Now, while that's admissible, the images that I've been provided are unclear. I couldn't even tell if it was Hudson Walsh, let alone what's going on there. Now, unless they've
Okay.
magically got something super clean, But I still think, look, I honestly still think we've got a good argument. We could try for the appeal. Worst case scenario, you've done the time, you've done the fine, it stays on your record. Honestly, that's what it is right now. That's the worst case scenario. If we're successful, though, here's the counter on that, is if a judge through the appellate court agrees with us that you should not have had those charges and it was a false arrest, we can then turn around and sue PD and say, you
Okay.
deprived this man of time, you took money, these charges were false, you profiled, it's been decided in the appellate court, pay this man. Basically.
Yeah. yeah, I would still be interested in appealing it if you think there's like a good shot that it would be like, you know, a winnable case.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I wouldn't be having this call with you if I didn't think we stood a chance. I would be calling you saying, hey, saw that was no contest, you know, thanks for engaging us, here's your bill. But, no, I do think that we stand a good chance. You know, I'll work with Liz on this one. We'll keep plowing through. We'll try and get that up for today, at least onto the docket. And then we'll go from there. Obviously, in the meantime, same instructions. Try not to do anything stupid. If you do something stupid, I don't want to know about it, and don't get caught. So, you know, that's pretty well where it sits with that one. But like, if I need to prep you for anything, I'll get you down the office. But just keep an eye out on the docket for now, okay?
All right, we'll do. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
All right, Jesus, not a problem. Catch you later.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, so he does want to take it to court still?
Yeah. He's like, look, if you think we can win, then let's do it. His
Okay.
whole reason is that they kept threatening to send him for the nines, and he did not want to sit in prison for the nines.
Okay.
So they're throwing their weight around again, and
like usual.
not contacting a lawyer to talk with him about anything.
Especially his lawyer, which is you and me.
You know, this is getting repetitively frustrating that he's got a lawyer, it's on the docket, he's been arrested. You could have easily called us down. Yeah, he would have been held until trial, but I've got to talk with Cole here at some point today, who may have dropped the charges. Actually, you know what? Here's Cole right now. I'm going to give him a call.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can't really drop the charges now, but he can at least, you know, if we appeal it, put in there and say, look.
We don't contest it. Yeah.
Might get Cole to come up here.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is Gordon.
Hey, Cole, it's your favorite buddy. How you doing?
What's up, Stryker?
Hey, can you pop up to our offices and have a quick convo with us?
No.
No?
No.
No?
I'm about to go into my debates. That's why I'm off duty.
Wait, your debates are today?
I have a debate.
Oh yeah, he's got the
5
other
minutes.
bait.
I thought that
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I thought that happened the other day. Okay.
It did. It's the final debate.
The final
I
countdown.
can do it afterward.
Yeah, look, afterwards works. How long roughly? About an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Which case is this in reference to?
Jesus, yeah.
Oh, it is reference to him? Okay.
Yeah. We want to have an open discussion about some things, and yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
How long do you think, just so that I can make sure that I'm around and whatnot, and here to let you in?
Probably 2 hours at least. I'll be honest.
Okay. All right, 2 hours, not a problem. We'll do that. Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I would also like to see you guys entered in as representation for Alwyn. I'd love to have a discussion with you about that.
Yeah. We can definitely have a chat about that as well.
Yeah, because I'm telling you now, he will not win that case. Like I am telling you now, I whatever defense strategy you plan on employing, it will not work. So I am more than willing to have a discussion about agreements, but I am telling you, Stryker is a professional courtesy, and you know as a former law enforcement officer how the aviation law works. I hope you know how the aviation law works.
Yeah, I'm just reviewing everything myself with that one, actually, because I only just walked in the office. So, not a problem. What we'll do, I don't know, you want to give me a call when you're done, in case you're done a little earlier, and I'll ping you up?
Sure, that works for me.
All right, beautiful. Well, good luck, sir. Knock them dead. Don't bore the shit out of them, because you want them, you know, concentrating, not having brain slugs.
Yeah. Oh, can you also do me a favor? Can you speak with your client, Alwyn Ozias, and explain to him that I am not running against him because he put out a fucking public statement saying that I am running against him. Last I checked, I am not running for state rep.
Okay, I'll make sure that word is put out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Owen needs to shut his fucking mouth.
Why?
he's putting out tweets saying that Cole and him are running against each other. Alwyn's running for state rep, Cole's going for governor, and now it's looking like a big ass thing. Cole would like to talk with us about that case anyway, and he wants to talk about Jesus. So what I'm hoping is that we can talk to him about no contest on the appeal, and then we'll go from there.
You mean to throw it out?
Yeah, well, if we can throw it out, we'll throw it out.
Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll wait until we talk to Cole before we file the appeal. So
I just fucking realized I was meant to meet with Bex about an hour ago. I was meant to meet with Bex about something about an hour ago.
Oops. Yeah, she's probably busy now. Okay, yeah. Get a hold of Elwin and tell him to lay off Twitter. So, because that does not look good for his case. He, of all people, should know better.
Yeah, but you know people like. I see we've got to go down to do a FOIA request from PD.
Yeah.
I assume it was
I
wedding
gotta
talk.
see if I can get my hands on that battery
Yeah.
freaking report. Bet you they haven't even fucking filled it out yet. I don't know. And I'm supposed to be going to Bolingbrook for, I think, 8 p.m.
Is that to meet up with the terrorists?
Yeah.
Alwyn's not on the lawyer roster at the moment. Fuck, I don't have his number.
Neither do I, actually. Just put it in his file. He'll see it. Yeah, just put it in his file. All right, I don't know. I'm hoping Lionel wakes up. I have no documentation on this at all, so I'm kind of blind with what's going on right now.
So I'm just sending this to Mr. Zayas. We do recommend that you not make any posts or claims on Twitter while this case is in progress. If they're standard campaign tweets, we agree that is okay. However, we would suggest not mentioning Mr. Gordon or his campaign for governor.
Yep, I agree.
Could you imagine if we asked them how they measured the height and they actually do agree that they stacked everyone on PD? We kind of thought that it looked about 50 feet. 57 called our air units that were already active to come. Watch this helicopter once the air units arrive to keep the pilot orders to land. He informed me that he was going to land at St. George Airfield. During the flight over the airfield, 520 Brian Miller took a photo of the identification of the tail rotor. The registration is 22 X-ray 730 Alpha X-ray. On his eyes was still on scene. 527 was able to detain and question Peach Johnson, who is not the pilot. After processing Shaq, wait, what? They arrested a 7.5-foot tall black basketball star, hero of America? What?
Right?
Miller was watching an individual named Carl Fuzz. I Mirandized Carl and I asked him where Alwyn went. Fuzz said Alwyn was right down the road next to his bus. While Air was watching Alwyn, he fell asleep in his bus and was unable to be woken up afterwards. Since Miller was tracking the actual pilot, Alwyn Ozias. But Miller was on the ground, so how was he able to determine that Alwyn Ozias was the pilot if he was talking to Mr. Fuzz?
Mm-hmm.
By ruling out the other 3 passengers for being the co-pilot of the helicopter with the known call sign of Murdoch 1, with the helicopter being registered to Alwyn Ozias. Alwyn Ozias, whether or not at the controls of the aircraft, was deemed to be the pilot in command. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So by that logic, I am fucking the captain of the USS Enterprise.
Yep, by that logic.
Was deemed to be the pilot in command as he was the only one who holds the appropriate category, class, and type rating. And nobody in this city has ever gotten in a vehicle that they don't own and ever done anything stupid in a vehicle at all.
Yep, exactly.
If appropriate for the conduct of the flight, Mr. Ozias, while operating as pilot in command of the aircraft, was responsible and required to maintain the safe and legal operation of the aircraft, which he failed to do. Under his command, the aircraft was operated in an unsafe manner, flying at a height of 50 feet, well below the required 200 feet of spacing above buildings. Mr. Ozias, pilot in command, failed to maintain safe and legal operation of the aircraft, regardless of who was at the controls.
Yeah.
Give me a second here. I'm just.
Yeah.
And of course, nobody from SAFA is on the phone.
Mm-mm.
They do understand that the C in pick means command, or can also double as control. Usually, this is the person, and hear me out here, with the fucking stick between their legs.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not mad at Josh White. I'm not. I am not mad at him because he's the one that filed this police report. But yeah. Yep. Pretty much. That's pretty much how, when he called me and told me what he was being charged with, I'm like, well, wait, how, huh? And he told me, and he's like, I wasn't even flying the helicopter. It's like, okay.
Betcha Judge Castillo and John are both at the debates.
Probably. Mind you, why would you want to call them on this?
I'm just thinking, where, who used to run the, who used to run SAFA? It was
John Gallo.
John Gallo. Okay.
He should have an ad because he put a Twitter post up in regards to flowers.
And Jack Callan, yeah, one.
Jack Gallo, yeah, sorry.
I'm just gonna see if Ducky answers.
Hey, what's up, Stryker?
Hey, I know this is actually gonna sound really creepy. I need your husband.
You need need my husband?
I
I also need my husband. What's up?
I need him now.
For what?
Can't actually tell you details on it because it's hilarious.
Is it Safa related?
I need him for his Safa related and his body. I want his body.
We're going down to the governor debates. If you want to meet us there.
Can he give me a call real quick?
Andy, do you have Stryker's number? Jesus Christ, you know how to fucking drive?
Or if
you want me
want,
to drive, Andy?
No, Andy's better driving.
Fuck you, Stryker. I didn't ask your opinion.
Well, you're gonna get my opinion. It's $250 per half hour. Look,
that's how much they're paying you. Jesus Christ,
do you want me to ping you? You come up to the office real quick, then you go to the debates.
Oh, we just pulled in.
Of course you did.
Why don't
Because
I mean, is it something that you can't tell me?
No, because it's to do with the court case. I need someone from SAFA that can have a 2-minute private conversation with me.
What do you need from him, and I can let him know?
I literally need to speak with him.
You can't come down to the debates.
No, really? No, because one, I don't know where they are, and two, it's kind of, it needs to be like a...
They're at the casino.
Of course they're at the casino.
Is there a garage here? No, there's not.
No, there's not a garage at the casino.
Yeah, we're at the casino. Okay, just come down here. All right.
Okay, well, he's not gonna be able to be. He's not gonna be able to be in the debate. He's gonna have to meet me outside, away from people.
Okay, we're outside. We're in the parking lot.
Oh, okay, and when I say him, it's only gonna be him. You cannot be there.
Okay, that's fine. Just fucking come over here.
All right, fine. I'm fucking on the way to the casino. Jesus fucking Christ.
$500.
Fuck me. Bye. See you in a minute.
I'm married.
I'm going to the casino apparently. You want to come?
Waiting for. Hold on. Let me see if Lionel's awake because we're supposed to be doing that thing at the fucking thing, but I don't think he's even awake.
He's not on the list, so.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Fuck it. My client can call me. I'm on the list if they need me.
So yeah, what do you think about, like, if a consult goes for a half hour, they pay us like $250?
Oh, I was thinking $250 for 15 minutes.
Oh. Apparently I'm cheaper with my time.
You're way too cheap.
I was kind of like the first 15 minutes are free. If it goes over that, it's $250. And then, $250 every half hour after that.
No, that's too cheap. That's way too cheap, honestly.
Okay.
Way too cheap because most law firms charge about $1,000 for every half.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what Schuman's doing?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it, considering that apparently his retainers are like $50K.
Jesus.
Yeah. Whereas ours is only $20K, which is a lot more affordable. You realize that we're gonna get a lot more business because our fees are so low?
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm still walking slow.
Mm-hmm.
I fixed my walks today. I went for a run today. Come on.
Yeah, I need to go for a run. Ever since I stopped chasing that bad guys, I feel like I'm losing my fitness. And it's only been a week.
Yeah, well, it helps that I live on the beach. That's the whole reason why I have that house.
True. You're lucky I brought the car today. Yesterday I was on my bike.
I don't think I could remember the last time I was on a motorcycle.
I was treating that thing like a racing bike. I was knees to the road on every corner.
That's one heck of a headache area.
That cop car?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Maxwell.
Of course it is.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Doing fine, except for the migraine back there that took me until like 3 seconds ago to come over.
Name's Deputy Jordan Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
Oh,
I
you
did
look
notice
like
that.
Maxwell.
So you probably know where I'm stopping you, right?
I actually honestly have no clue because I came around the corner and then next minute I'm like, brain, and then I hear, whoop!
Okay, you were going 80 in the 45, but since you were having that issue, I'm not going to be too worried about it. Just try to stay safe, okay?
Okay, I am a trained pursuit driver. Does that count?
He used to be MCD, so, and I used to
He
be
knows
Chief
exactly who I am.
Justice, So,
Yeah, I know who you are. I just want to. All right, y'all stay safe, okay?
Aw,
all right,
man.
I'll
You too.
see you later.
Wow. Yeah, huh? What? What? Yes. Okay. Is it anything super important?
Oh, this guy was just talking. Yep, knew that was coming.
Go get him! I'm gonna be mad at you. Why would you go past a marked Explorer like that?
Right? Oh god.
Okay, let
what a
me get
day.
to where we're going and then I'll come over there for a moment.
All right. Who did you talk to from Auto Exotic?
It was James Holt and the manager, Astrid something. I honestly cannot remember Astrid's last name.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get them to sign the retainer. When it comes to retainers and everything, then they need to pay up front for retainers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to find out what exactly they want into this contract.
Yeah. So basically, from just having a chat with them, we would be documentation, and then should they have any kind of lawsuit come up, they'd like, that's what they're paying us for. Both if they need to make a claim against somebody and should anybody civilly sue them. Apparently, they've never had an issue before, and like us, they're very much wanting to give high quality service for the lower prices. So. That's why they seem to be quite popular.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do that then. We'll get in touch with them and get them to sign that, and then find out exactly what contracts they need drawn up for their employees.
Yeah, because they came to me about someone is claiming unfair dismissal. And I said, well, is there anything in their contract that points out, did you have them sign a contract that said if they're found to have conducted violent crime or anything that they don't disclose that they'll be terminated? And he's like, well, no, but it was verbally said during the interview that he agreed. And I'm like,
Verbal holds in court.
Yes and no.
No, it does. It does here.
Okay. Well, the one thing that got me, the other thing that they said was that he was fired for poor performance, but yet they never documented any kind of counseling for that poor performance. So basically, they don't document anything. It's kind of just word of mouth. And I'm like, did he understand that it was a counseling session, that his career with Auto Exotic was on the line? Or was it more that he could have perceived it as a senior mechanic coming to him as a friend?
Whoa!
Wow, thank you.
Where the fuck I didn't even see him.
Oh, Jesus.
Did we hit you?
Yep.
I straight up, you were not there. I apologize. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
okay.
I'm good.
Alright.
Front of my car is okay, not the rear though, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I apologize.
It's okay.
All good.
Okay, I drive that vehicle. That vehicle looks exactly like mine. If I can get around a corner doing Mach 1, I'm sure he should have been able to.
Mach 1, you mean Mach fuck?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's pull into the blue zone. Didn't see him. It's a convertible with a blonde in the passenger seat. Just give me one moment. I gotta take care of something. I'll be right there. Okay, where is Ducky? Why are you not? Wait, did I lock the car? Yes, I did.
Heads up, Stryker.
Hey, out the front.
Okay, I'll be down there in a second.
Okay, it's Andy I need, not you.
Oh. Okay. I'll be down there in a second.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
They're coming out. Just go up. Are they doing it on the rooftop? Do you know?
No idea where they're doing it. Here they come.
Yeah, no,
Or not.
that ain't them.
Nope.
Hey, Ramses. Real quick.
Yeah. No, I literally just popped in. What's up?
Tomorrow at around 9:30 Eastern, we have a meeting with
Okay, that's good to know.
Vlad Todd.
Okay.
All right, can do, will do. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ramsey. Great.
Well, if all the lawyers and shit are here, then that means we're probably gonna get some phone calls. Oh look, here's Ducky. Ducky the dude.
And
Ducky the dude. There's only one Ducky.
Well, yeah, okay, whatever, Duckula.
I blame you for this.
Yeah. So, I have a quick SAFA-based question for you.
And you couldn't call me?
No, because I don't have your fucking phone number.
Whose fault is that?
Yours?
You not know how to read?
Well, considering you're not in the SAFA fucking index.
Oh, I'm not?
No, nobody is
No,
in both
nobody's
mine
showing
and
the
his.
SAFA dot. Yeah,
That's
so
because you're not a government employee.
yes, well, doesn't matter, right? As a
You
lawyer,
have to be a
I should
government
still see.
employee and on duty in order to see staff employees for some weird reason.
Okay, well then there you go. But I gave you my
But
contact
the Yellow
details.
Pages, however, has my contact information.
Either way. So, correct. Describe for me in SAFA terminology and tech speak. Does a pilot in command need to be in the pilot seat to be considered the pilot in command? And don't look at me like I'm a moron. I'm legitimately asking you a question due to something that we've been reading.
The person in operation of the aircraft must possess a pilot's license, yes.
No, that's not what we asked.
No. So, if someone is being referred to as the PIC, pilot in command, must they be in the pilot seat in full control of the aircraft to be considered the pilot in command?
That terminology doesn't exist in SAFA.
Okay, so then,
however, if applying any level of logic there, I would say no.
Okay, so the pilot in command could be a passenger in the back seat, is what I'm saying.
Potentially.
Okay, so how does that apply then? Because I know you're saying that the PIC, pilot in command, is not the terminology here, but if by SAFA verdict the person in operation of the helicopter, which as a layman I would take as being the person at the controls, must have a license, etc., etc.
Right.
Okay, so if a person is in the back seat with said documentation, etc., but somebody without the credential is at the controls, would the person in the back seat be liable for how the aircraft is operated, or the individual who's unskilled and untrained?
Which medical personnel fucked up and put somebody in a pilot seat that didn't have a pilot's license?
Trust me when I sit there and say this that I would love to tell you, but I can't, because you would laugh. You would laugh hysterically.
Stryker, the fact that I was able to put that together, as cryptic as your being.
It's not. I'm going to put this out there. It's a civil one. It is not a medic. That is.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a government employee, I would not be having this conversation with you.
The individual in operation of the aircraft must possess a pilot's license. Any individual without proper credentialing, regardless of who else may be in the aircraft, anybody else flying that aircraft is doing so illegally.
Okay.
I will cite myself and Emily as an example. You know me, you've known me for a very long time. You've known I've held pilot's licenses everywhere we've ever lived. I do not currently hold my pilot's license here, regardless of the fact that I work for SAFA, because I'm not taking the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, however, has a pilot's license. As long as that aircraft is operated by Emily, it is a legal aircraft. However, regardless of how known I am to be able to fly, if she relinquishes that aircraft to me, even if she's still in the aircraft, that aircraft is no longer legal.
Okay. So then I guess I have one final cryptic question for you that may test your abilities here.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is sitting in the back seat of an illegally operated helicopter, but this person in the back seat has legal credentials. So let's use you and Emily, for example. Let's say Emily needs to go back and use the in-flight latrine on a Learjet, and you decide you're going to take over, even though, we have this thing called autopilot. Now, you do something stupid like break the flight restriction over the city. If PD or SAFA come in contact, is Emily, even though she was not at the controls at the time, because of her certification, at any way, shape, or form, still responsible for that aircraft and the actions that aircraft took? I.e., because she's taking a shit in the back, is she still at fault for you flying below the restrictions in that aircraft?
Honestly, at that point, I would hit both. I would think that the official stance of SAFA, and that's probably more a Vlad question than me question, but I believe that the official stance of SAFA at that point would be to hit them both. She, as the pilot of record, she being the one in operation of the airframe for aircraft, on note with air traffic control, and then in this instance, or this example, me for taking over the flight and then violating airspace. So her pilot's license then becomes, or is on the line because she is the pilot of record, and me for actually violating an airspace.
Okay. Would you consider yourself an expert witness in terms of SAFA protocol and flight law and regulation?
As far as yes and no. As far as the city goes, you're better off probably looking for one of the check pilots, or Vlad himself, our chief pilot. I do hold a management position with SAFA. I can speak on behalf of SAFA. I do run an entire department for SAFA, and all verbal exams and background screenings are done by either myself or my department. But as far as putting somebody on the stand as an expert witness, as far as flight restrictions and things like that, you're probably going to be more bulletproof with one of our check pilots, or again, our chief pilot himself, because they are the ones that are actually going to sign off on or generate any flight logs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm generally involved in the conversation, but as I'm not the one that says, yes, you get to have a pilot's license because you flew and showed me you're proficient in these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who are the check pilots again?
Your Chase Wise is usually around when you're around. Vlad Pachenko. He is our chief pilot. Let me just check if either one of them are around, actually.
Yeah, if any of them are around, would you be able to give them maybe a call?
And unfortunately, neither one of them are around. Best chance would have it. Myself, my predecessor, and one of the air traffic control managers are around as far as management goes.
What are you guys talking about?
We've got a check pilot, but not one of the managers. Chase Wise is check pilot manager. So the one that runs all, or the governing person for all check pilots, and then of course Vlad, who runs all of SAFA. Sir, there's a pedal just to the left of the gas pedal. It's generally referred to a brake. That does a more effective job of stopping a vehicle than crashing into the one in front of you.
I didn't even hit the car.
And yet, you did.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Is that fucking Schumann?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Isn't
my
it?
God.
Schumann.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Okay, would you be able to get, if you have my number now, I don't have yours still, but you have my number now.
I was going to text you, hold on.
Just give me your card, motherfucker.
I don't want to, because I don't know who this is, and
That's
girls are
You've
girls,
met
so I
me.
want having my number.
You've met me.
Andy, I fucking
Have I?
introduced you to her when she was
When I was
CJ.
Chief Justice.
Girls are gross. And the only girls that I like are Emily and the Chief Justice that used to be there that's not there anymore.
That's her!
Well, you're not
That's
there
me.
anymore, and you make lots of people sad by not being there.
Yeah, well, you can blame Schumann for that.
Is that the guy that walked in?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have hired personal security, or personal security might have lost him out of aircraft somewhere between here and Cayo Perico.
With
But
some
you didn't
concrete
make any
shoes.
phone calls, ma'am.
Yeah, well, you guys can blame Schumann as to why I left the department.
I heard it was a shit show, and you stood on your moral principles, and I applaud you for that. Though it, as I understand it, is still very loss to the city. So.
Thanks. As long as he's practicing law, I will not be a judge.
Fair.
Because the
That's
governor has.
unfortunate. I was looking forward to
Because
dressing up like you again.
so was I actually, but because
Andy,
the
you know
governor
what I'm hearing there, buddy.
interfered
That
as
opens
well.
a can of worms for me.
Yeah, I
And
know.
because the governor interfered as well by giving him a pardon after and reinstating his bar license, which he has no authority to do, after he called me a fucking bitch, a fucking cunt, and an ice queen. I actually like the ice queen one, by the way.
She got a teddy bear for it.
Calm down, Elsa.
But that's the thing, right? Like, why should I work for a governor that had done that to me? So it's
Are you gonna
obvious.
come back once the next governors are elected?
No, I won't be back for a while.
No.
I'm too busy now.
Honest to God.
That's good to hear.
Honest to God, the paperwork is almost as much, if not more, than MCD level. It's fucking like.
No, Elizabeth, I heard that you moved like from the city, and honestly, I was a little sad.
No,
So at least I'm
really.
happy that you're here.
I'm not leaving this city.
She doesn't like it. Notice how she's saying that she missed you. But me, on the other hand, I could go suck a dick, apparently. As she's munching on fucking crayons over and going,
I'm pretzels, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm not
I'm in
leaving
pocket.
the city. No matter what fucktard over there did to me, I'm not leaving the city at all. No way in hell.
hey, can I suggest that, maybe if, is it, who's doing security for the event? Is it Merriweather?
Merriweather, yeah.
You know what? I think that is an illegally parked vehicle over there. I think they might want to tow that. I mean, the guy did just randomly crash into a vehicle and abandon it. It could be stolen.
Yeah, it's not in a parking spot.
He's like a foot and a half, 2 feet away from the bumper, so.
Well, yeah, after he rams into the other car moves.
I think maybe you guys might want to contact your Merriweather friends that are working today and get that towed. It's illegally parked. It could be a car used in a crime. They're kind of trying to use the speeches as a cover.
So, Princess Cupcake, I emailed Vlad and Chase and asked if either one of them were going to be around this evening. And I believe, based on my interpretation of the response, Vlad is sitting on the train and Chase will be boarding soon.
Okay.
Well, since we can't see the Saffir list, if honestly, I think Chase might be the best bet for us. But
Well, they put their fucking shit out in Yellow Pages, so just check the Yellow Pages often, and they'll be on there.
Okay, all right.
Push comes to shove, I have all their
I
numbers.
get the benefit of collecting a paycheck all the fucking time, but if I collect a paycheck all the fucking time, I have to be on call all the fucking time, which means my Yellow Page ad needs to be up.
Dude, wait until you're be a lawyer who gets called down to the cells and doesn't get paid to deal with fuckheads.
Well, I told you after that last court case that I went to with Emily that I was tempted to get my bar license.
Do it. Come work for us.
Just because I wanted to be able to tell Cole Gordon to shut the fuck up on the stand.
Do it. Come work for us.
Your Honor, permission to treat this witness as hostile.
Yeah, on what grounds? On
You
what
say
grounds?
hostile like so weird. I got hostiles to my 12 o'clock.
Mr. Gordon, I asked you if you had the time, not what time it was. Shut up, please. Objection. Narrating.
Objection.
Oh, that
Irrelevant. We
bothered
don't
me
need
so
to know
much.
where the watch was purchased, only what the time is, Your Honor.
Well, you're more than welcome to join us in my law firm, by all means.
I
Any
don't have a bar
PD
license.
or
No, go get your bar. It's
He needs to
Yeah.
go get
I
his
don't
bar.
know what steps it would take.
it's an open book.
Go see a
Besides,
judge.
I'm. It sounds like I'll soon
good.
be getting
Mark
picked
one,
up by
both.
PD.
The fuck does Wag one?
Wagwan, it's Jamaican for hey, how you doing? Hello.
You know, Wagwan.
Wagwan,
yeah.
bruh.
Short for what's going on.
Yeah. That's what's
Any,
going on.
but just to let Emily know too, any PD officer that wants to practice law just to do civil, just to do something on the side, they're more than welcome to join my law firm. That's the whole purpose behind it.
All right, fine. Here, you can have my contact information too.
Watch, it'll go to either of them. I got it. Woohoo! Here, let's see if mine will work to you.
I'm gonna step over here.
There you go.
I'm gonna save this as not Chief Justice.
Oh, you know, that's right. I need to change her contact name.
Mine's under Boss Liz.
I'm not your boss. You're my partner.
Who will?
Ooh.
No, not that way.
I'm the senior partner in the law firm.
Well, yeah, you're almost as old as I am. Of course, you'd be the senior.
Wow.
Don't
And
worry,
besides-
I've got your room reserved at the retirement home too.
How'd that hip replacement go, Grandpa?
Not bad.
And besides,
Sex
I'm still
casualties
dating
and all.
the sheriff, so. Well, I should say the new sheriff.
I was gonna say Solace. What? Does Wheat Kings know about Solace? I mean, what?
Wait, what happened about Solace?
Nothing. Don't worry. So the
Oh.
get this, Dougie. PD still has not paid me the 90 grand from that sting.
Who?
PD.
New
Remember
lawyer.
that gun sting that I did? I had to use $90,000 of my own cash, and they still not paid me back.
Talk to Sally. Because we just recently did some shit, Josh and I, to where we had to spend like 100 grand of our own personal money, and
Was that
we was
going
able to get
after someone
invoiced
from the
him.
Outcasts?
No, it's completely unrelated. I'd literally have to shoot you if I told you.
No, that's fine. It's just before I left, I put paperwork into the gun running of the guy whose account my money went into, so that you guys can follow that up.
Yeah, talk to Sally. She could reimburse
That's
you.
Sally Jenkins. She's the captain of MC.
Wow,
The
really?
Major Crimes Division.
Are you
sorry.
familiar with her?
It's not like I've known her for like 6 years or anything.
And yet, here you are, not reimbursed. So,
That's because I was talking
to Emily instead of this person that can reimburse you. Weird. You're not a very good lawyer, are you?
You're a better lawyer than you were a fucking driver.
We've got one example of me not being a good driver. We've got countless examples.
All right, Stryker, tell me.
On dash
Who was
camera.
the best fucking pilot you've ever seen in your fucking life?
Tom Cruise.
How
Who
many
landed you
times
on
have
a
I
fucking...
said?
Who
And
landed you
how
on a
many
fucking
times have I
plane?
said you put
In a
Emily
plane
the
on a
air and
fucking
she's second
island.
to none, but you put her
The
on
fucking
wheels on the
chase
ground
a
and we
fucking fleeing
go
felon.
flying anyway.
He was
I
the best
mean,
fucking pilot in the world.
Okay.
Come on.
She
know the
did.
answer.
I'm not saying that she got ejected from her
Tell me
own
that wasn't
vehicle
fucking me.
while I remained in the vehicle. But
What
you
is
know,
this?
when was this? San Andreas
I'm sure
Avenue
there's
about
lots of examples of
a
that
month
one.
and a half ago.
Those don't count, okay? That's not what I mean by like airborne. I mean like when I was flying that plane around, we landed on the island, chased around Jusla,
Oh, I mean, look, I'm not.
took off from the
arguing that,
island.
But you know,
Fuck you.
is it bad that I kind of want somebody to call me and go, "Hey, there's some asshole down in the cells and they're arguing with us."
You guys should come up to this debate.
No, I'm good.
I'd rather have a lobotomy.
I'd rather
Why
not
don't
see
you go talk to
Paxton.
Maggie Martindale for 3 minutes?
I'd rather not.
I'd
He
rather
said he
die.
wanted a lobotomy.
Due to the embargo on broadcasting rights by the federal government, the governor's debate will have to be released after the fact. Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna go back upstairs.
All right, have fun.
Have
Thanks for
It's
the
good seeing you guys.
information. Yeah, good seeing you too, Emily. We should let him go back to enjoy as well.
Yeah, we'll look for Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
Thanks,
keep an eye
Andy.
out, and once I see
Cool.
one of them around, I'll make sure they get a hold of you.
All right, sounds
Awesome. Appreciate it.
good. Good shit to me. All right, we'll talk to you
She's
later.
trying to land the airplane.
It's this way.
Wow. That's quite compliments, I swear.
There's people in the room. It's like a private VIP thing. Got to be on a list.
Oh dear. Oh, speaking of Maggie.
Oh no.
Hello.
When were you gonna tell me, Logan?
When was I gonna tell you what?
What do you mean, what?
Yeah, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Leaving the force and going private sector?
Oh! Yeah, well, I mean, you've been in the hospital with conditions that Anders totally didn't tell me a bunch of tests that you were undergoing, and I figured it out.
Wow.
Well, correction.
You know, a text would have been nice.
Well,
Something.
I was gonna let you recover, and then I figured I would meet you at some point, and that just hasn't happened.
I don't see you anymore because, you know, you're not a cop. You're not here every 5 seconds.
Well, I mean, you got my phone number, obviously, because you're calling me.
Yeah, I just found out.
Okay, well, oh man, they took the front of my fucking car off. Now I gotta go fucking get this repaired. Fuck. Some asshole hit me with a baller fucking SUV or whatever it was. Took the
Rebla.
Rebla. There you go. Took the front of my car off. But yeah, no. I just couldn't do it anymore. There's just too much shit that's going on in the department that just wasn't sitting well with me. And I got other stuff that I want to do, so I figured, fuck it, I'll try and help law and order in a different way, and then...
So you wanna defend Mason Valentine? That's what you wanna do with your life?
Well, I mean, everyone's got a right to a fair trial.
Do they?
It's one of those things that even as a cop I used to say, I don't care what people have done in the past. It's, you know, they serve whatever happens in front of them, and then they're a free citizen, so...
Yeah, but then they continue to do it, which makes them stupid.
Well, I'm not arguing the stupidity or the IQ level of these people, but that's not my job. So,
well,
yeah.
I'm displeased.
Well,
But it's your life.
You can be displeased, but you'll probably end up liking what I do afterwards. But I need you to tell me something, because I heard a rumor, and if it's true, I'm gonna be angry. Is my sister in an ICU room?
Who? Charlie?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because she hasn't answered a message from me, and usually that means she's in a fucking hospital.
You know, sometimes people take a bath, Logan.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's fine if you know what, that'd be fine if, you know, the answer came 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, but it just hasn't come through. So I'm just checking up, because normally it means one of us is dead.
I don't see her on my list.
Okay, good. So she's not in the hospital. So now I need to go kill Pippin. Got it.
That doesn't mean she wasn't, it just means she isn't.
Doesn't
I gotta
mean
go.
Okay, you go. Bye, Maggie.
But yeah, if I find anything out, I'll let you know.
Okie dokie. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You take
Yep.
care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Let's see if Auto Exotic's open. Might be able to talk to him about that retainer.
Mm-hmm. I don't see anybody here.
Don't they leave like a, poster on the... Hello?
Yeah, nobody's clocked in.
Great. We're in the front end fucking fixed up.
If you want to go, maybe there's that one. Maybe Highline Auto, I think, is a repair place. I think.
Let's go take a look.
If not, Heroes Garage is for sure. Oh, somebody's opened the vanilla unicorn.
Oh my.
Oh, Shudrick. Okay.
Every time.
Sure, let's go on the highway in a completely wrong direction. That's safe and procedural. So we turn this way.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay, yeah, go right, and then it's this building right here. Yeah, right there.
Hopefully they're not custom place only.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Do you guys do wear and tear, or are you customs only?
We do wear and tear.
Alright, fantastic. Some assholes, shall we call them, decided to take us out in a Rebla, and they've pushed some of the molding off the front, and the rear bumper's kind of fucked up. You think you could,
Oh, yeah, I see it. I got you.
Yeah.
Just toss some keys real quick.
Yeah, not a
Here,
problem.
let me get out of the car so
Actually,
that
you know
way
what?
you
I'll
can
just
do
start it up for you, and then you can just roll it wherever you need to.
Sounds good to me.
Oh man, they even took a headlight. This is gonna sound really weird. Do you guys have the ability to upgrade Xeon headlights as well here, or is it just strictly wear and tear?
We do not strictly wear and tear, my boy.
No, all good, all good. I thought when I bought it, they said they put Xeons on there, but nope.
That's like cosmetic, you know, so I have the Cabanis or full set or some shit.
Yeah, no, I got you. You guys are a little out of the way, hard to find. I actually didn't even know you were here.
That's what everyone says, right? But like, we get so many customers, it's crazy. Like, no one wants to go up to Harmony or Deuces, I guess. And we get the most out of the city, so it's kind of crazy. I feel like people should go to Deuces more often, but because it's closer and more like easier to access, I guess. But they don't. So, toss some keys real quick, and then let me
yeah,
put it away.
there you go. A little drift car that could.
I gotta make out this call. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll get it.
She's all set. Let me see some ID real quick. Grab your
Yeah,
license plate.
not
It's
a
gonna
problem.
cost you $1,055.
All right, let me. Yeah, I think I should have that in cash. If not, you got an ATM around at all?
Yeah, out front to the right.
Of course, it's doing this thing. Or I gotta pull the. I hate that part. There you go. This should have all that there for
Appreciate it, Logan. Let's license plate real quick.
All right, let me just duck out. I'll grab that cash real quick.
Gotcha, gotcha.
What the hell was that ping? You said 1500?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your PayPal number there?
It is 394.
All right, I appreciate you fitting me
Appreciate it,
in.
my
You
boy.
get a little extra there for you.
Appreciate it, boss. You have a wonderful day, all right? Drive safe.
I will. You too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy.
What, a week, sir? What?
But I thought I'd let you know. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing right now? Okay. Yeah, probably not. Okay. All right. Be careful out there, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you when you get home. Okay, bye.
That side's not a good sign.
No, it really isn't. I gotta see if I have Remy's phone number.
Uh-oh.
I don't. Her husband died.
Okay.
Jackson Clark.
Why do I know that name?
He was arrested at one point. Remy beat him up with the flashlight at one point.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I remember.
Yeah. And then they got together and got married. I married them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, was he just shot by cops, or what happened there?
He was straight. He got an expungement. I did his expungement too. Like, he was clean for the longest time. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say.
You got any leads or anything?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if he was murdered. I don't know anything, to be honest. And because I'm not a judge anymore, I'm not going to find out, right?
Not straight away, no.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel for her. I really do. You know, like, that's one of my biggest fears with Mitch. Because of his job and everything, that I'd lose him.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that, it's kind of, the hard part is with PD, there's a lot of different ways that they could improve and reduce casualties.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody cares. And this FAFO bullshit is gonna get people killed.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
But, you know, I mean, it's like weak cases. Now, Sheriff, they might see some change there. As much as I love Davis as an administrator, he's not the... How do I put it? It's not that I don't have confidence in him, it's just he's too much of a...
A fuckboy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he's a door kicker, he's not a diplomat.
Yeah. No, and that's just it. That's what I love the most about Davis, too. He was trying to convince me so hard not to resign. But if I stayed, they would have tried to press those freaking corruption charges against me, even though they wouldn't have stuck. But then my career would have been over.
Yeah.
But I do blame the governor. I do. I blame the governor. I blame Schumann. I do blame myself as well for my actions, but my actions were warranted. Like, you don't go up to the Chief Justice and call them a fucking bitch, a fucking cunt and all that. You just don't do that.
Oh, and, you know, the fact that you said in the chambers, you know, stop being belligerent, just stop sending an email, that warrants a harassment charge. And
yeah,
ultimately, at the end of the day, I was the one that sat there and told him to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, was it harassment or was it threats? It's like, no, it's just harassment. Do harassment.
Yeah. But that's the thing, and then he went to sue me for $80,000.
Saw
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but I didn't ruin your career. You did. I had no part of that.
O'Hagan, I think, is sick of his shit. Because when I was on the phone with him, I'm like, you know, the whole issue comes about when, you know, your boss, Gary, decides to contact my client without contacting me. He's like, and that's why I'm taking over the case. It's like, okay, so you're sick of his shit. Got it. You're not going to say that, but you're sick of his shit.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I want my lawyers that work in my firm, you know, to do their own thing, to be their own people. I'm not going to dictate how you do things, you know? That's not how I do things at all.
Well, as long as you don't take a knife and threaten somebody, you know, you're good. You're golden. Even then, sometimes a knife can help a conversation go over a little easy. It's like a spoonful of sugar with medicine. It's called sign the fucking documents or I cut your fucking throat.
Yeah, well.
For all legal purposes, that was a joke.
It was a joke, yes. But see, and that's the thing is I'm not like that, you know? Like everybody thinks I'm such a hard ass and everything like that, but when they get to know me, then they get to understand that I'm not the that I'm perceived on the stand.
Have to check my inbox when we get out
That
there.
was gunfire.
Sure it's not fireworks?
Nope, that was gunfire because look at all the locals running. And I don't have my gun on me to protect myself.
I do.
Yeah, mine's in my car. At home.
It's alright. Put together a crack team. They may not be good at anything, but they'll sure be crack.
I don't know.
Could be worse.
Hmm.
We've only been open like 3 days and already got like 8 clients. So.
Right?
And somehow you managed to land second chair on the biggest terrorism case in history. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna go back to that auto shop. They charged me $1,500 just to screw on the front and replace the bumper.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I get that you do wear and tear, buddy, but come on, guy. Probably another couple hours because I gotta wait to speak with Cole. So, yeah. Okay, so Josh did come back. He was asking if that means he gets to keep the house and the dogs. So,
yeah.
It's like, well, yes, it does.
Good. There's only a few cops I actually like that are on the force, to be honest. Some of them I can't be bloody well bothered.
Yeah, well, there's cops that use their badge as a way of, fucking people over. And then there's those who actually care about the job. Yeah, man, go for it.
Yeah. Knew I had friends in good places that could get me the phone number.
Okay. So Josh has agreed on the divorce suit. So I'm gonna call O'Hagan, see if he'll take the call, let him know, and then I'll post it on the docket that we agree. And then he's gonna decide if he wants to do the civil side of the. Oh my god.
I hear you on the yawning. I totally hear you on the yawning.
Yeah.
There's a phone on that I haven't seen on in forever. And that's Sedona's phone.
Hey, Stryker.
Hey there, Donald. Hey, just managed to get an email back from Josh. He is agreeable to the terms and conditions there that we spoke about earlier. In regards to any future civil suit or anything, he's taking some time to think on it, so I'll let you know what happens there if you're going to continue to represent her. But for now, we'll just finalize that divorce side of things, get all that out of the way, and go from there. So I'll update the docket.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you a call, let you know that we're in agreement there, and get that all finalized out.
Yeah, I'm not holding back his. I'm not holding back his. If he thinks he has a civil suit, go ahead and file it. Everyone has the right to do that.
Oh
so.
yeah. No, it's kind of one of those things. Like to be honest, he's. I think the biggest thing emotionally for him is that he still very much is on the feels bus and feels train for her. He
I
kind
think they both are very emotional right now.
Exactly. So, what I've instructed him to do is like, look, let's, it's a very good offer that's on the table here. It's everything that you wanted. I personally, think that it's something we should jump on. He's agreed with that. And then I've said, look, there's always, you have the right, but let's think about it. Let's not jump into anything that is driven by emotion. Let's take it logically. So, we've got time to file if he decides to go that way, but honestly, I think this is a big pressure off of the both of them, and hopefully lets that emotional healing start on both sides,
Yeah, that's why divorce hearings, as much as we can handle through like pre-trial mediation, I always recommend my clients do it. So.
Yeah, no. All good. But yeah, I'll have that updated on the docket there, and obviously I appreciate the call and the ability to sort of go on the back and forth here with this one, and if anything does pop up that I need to let you know about, I'll certainly do so.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Not a problem at all, Don. You have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Well, that's a win. We'll put that in the W.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we just have to invoice him for the 6K then.
Yeah. Let me update the docket.
All right. If you find time, please try to get that file for Marcus De La Rosa.
Yeah, I've also got to take a look. If you want me to take on the appeal for Mason, I'm gonna have to go through everything there and try and put together what the burden is, and et cetera. Let me just finish this one off here, and then I'll probably sit down and go through some stuff with you.
Yep.
Check my logic on this statement. I've got, Your Honor, in all parties, the plaintiff has agreed with the no contest divorce in terms as listed by defense, with one clause being that defense will pay all required court costs. This has been conveyed to the defense, who can confirm their acceptance on the docket, is what I've got here, and then, insert name, blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Perfect. Good job.
We are being hosted.
Thanks, sexy butt. The host. Oh, well. Thanks anyway.
Like, I don't understand why they have it, the flight authority, where you can actually see it, but you can't see it if you're not a government official. That makes no sense. Especially considering there's private pilots out there, you know what I mean?
I think that's what Ducky was kind of getting at, realistically. Was that it's weird. But yeah, if we can get the chief, check pilot to confirm that even if he was sitting in the back of his own helicopter with certification, not being seen at the control absolves him of all responsibility, then there's no case.
He claims that he wasn't even in the helicopter, period.
Yeah, and that's my thing too, is that if there's someone else that can confirm he was not in that helicopter, the case goes away too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, even though it is his helicopter. It is registered to him, but he was not in it. I don't know. Either way, I think his lawyer is done, and I don't think he's going to get state rep anyways, so damage has been done. Just like the article against Welsh from Shadow Cage.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I know for a fact he's a criminal.
I'm just gonna ping Bex Lawson up here because she
Mm-hmm.
wants to have a meeting.
Mm-hmm. Actually, see, hold on. Yeah, because Mitch wants to talk to them as well. So that way there he can get his confirmation. Because he needs to be confirmed.
For what? The
Sheriff's position.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm. He answered his phone to me earlier. It goes, acting sheriff. I go, no, you're sheriff. Well, I haven't been confirmed yet. I go, who else is going to have the job? Like, seriously, come on. Julie's awake. What? Don't usually see her awake at this hour.
Alright, so just updating Josh that we accepted the divorce. If he wants to lodge a civil case, we'll open a new one. If he's happy with everything, we'll send the account payable to him and he can take care of that whenever.
Mm-hmm. First case down. Good job.
Yay! I made you money. Woo!
You made us money. You do get half, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's a thing. Hey, Stots! What up, bruh? Okay, so Bex
Yeah.
is, Chase is around.
Okay. As soon as he does the go-ahead, I'll go and send the invoice over for the 6K, and then once he pays, I will send you over the 3K.
Okay, not a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chase-wise, here we go.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 percentage of partnership here.
Okay, cool.
Chase, my spot authority, how can I help you?
Hey, Mr. Wise. My name's Logan Stryker with Williams and Associates. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Hey, I've got a client that's got an interesting little case here. What I'd like to do, if possible, is whenever you're free, have you come down to our office just so that I can ask you some questions and see if our understanding matches what you as a check pilot and Safa would agree with. And then I was also wondering if we do have that conversation in agreement, if you would consider being an expert witness for the case. Obviously, we'll fill you in a lot more. It's kind of a little off the cuff right now. But I just sort of wanted to see if you'd be willing to come down and have that chat and sort of go that route.
Yeah, that's fine. Where is your office at?
Okay, we're just down off Marathon Avenue. I can never remember the name of the building, like the Loam Bank building there. Where I can send you a ping on that one. There's no rush. If you need to take some time or anything like that, we'll be here for a little bit longer. But I'll get that out to you, and you can pop on by.
Okay. Yeah. Is there like a crossroad or anything that will help me get there?
It's gonna be Marathon and Bay City Avenue for the car park there, and then you'll come around to the standby. So yeah, you'll come down Marathon and Bay City, but the entrance to the building is gonna be on the Boulevard Del Perro Bay City side.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, give me like 5 minutes. I gotta run by MRPD and conduct some background checks, and I'll make my way over there.
Okay, not a problem. I'll take your time, and I appreciate you taking the call and coming on down. Bye bye for now.
Yep, bye.
Sweet.
Okay, so he's gonna come on through. You know what I hate about these phones is that I can't just send a fucking message to somebody. I have to add them as a fucking contact.
Holy criminy. I never thought I'd explode this quickly. Thought the state hated me.
No.
Yeah, well, PD is gonna hate me.
Yeah, sounds about right. But oh well.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on though. Elwin's probably gonna put us on a retainer though. If he loses his bar license, so just be prepared for that. Which I think is funny as all hell, considering the history that him and I had when I told him to shut up and sit down.
I think I was there for that one.
You were there. It was the Viking trial where their sergeant at arms was being charged with first degree murder.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it was first degree murder because there wasn't enough witness, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You know what? A friend of mine has just sent me Holt's email address. I am just going to email him, let him know that we can do the documentation on the retainer, and it'll be $20,000 up front and $20,000 every month after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's going to get the same amount of retainer. I'm not going up or down or anything. I don't care how many people they have in their organization. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be 20K. I'm gonna make it affordable. Oh, yeah. I forgot to do something.
I might get you to grab that one for me. It's probably Bex.
There you go.
Nice office.
Thanks. I love the view, so I couldn't resist the view.
Yeah, it's super fucking slick.
Sorry, Bex, just writing an email. I'll be 1 second.
Yeah, no problem at all. So how are you doing?
Busy.
I imagine.
Busier than we thought we would be.
Yep.
Oh, Elizabeth, you mentioned wanting to donate to Kraken's Cove. I went ahead and invoiced you if that's still something you want to do. If not, no problem at all.
If you could actually re-invoice me for 15K instead of the 25K.
That's 1.5?
Yep, I will still do it.
All right, perfect.
So I'll go ahead and deny that one. Yeah, and then we can just put it under donation from Williams and Associates.
Perfect.
Oh, great, my phone's being a witch.
All right, that
There we go.
email is out there. So now we need to wait for that one to come back, and then I've just got to go over the 2 trials with you, but we have the lovely Bex here. So, over to you, Bex.
Yeah, let me grab a seat.
Yep. Why do I smell like Redskin?
So, you know it's election season. You've seen the ads. It has really inspired me, though, right? Because you have a bunch of candidates, and a bunch of them have good ideas and don't know who to talk. They've never, been in the arena of politics before. I mean, that's the boat I was in, right? Where my first Congress, I had so many ideas. I had no idea what to put into place or how to do it. But, I ended up maturing, I like to think, into a competent public official. But there are people who just don't have the chance to do that. They'll never get into office, essentially, because there's no infrastructure to help them. And that's something I'm kind of looking at. Specifically, what I'm looking at is, and I know that this is going to have a really negative association when I first say it, but I mean it in the most fundamental, basic form, which is, I think I'd like to start a political party.
Okay.
So we'd be looking at projects like expansion of government and Department of, the Department of Human Services, similar programs, looking at addiction and mental health treatment, sort of bigger government to serve the people. And the thing is, you don't really got to be a, state rep in order to pursue this, right? Mr. Stryker, my understanding is you've moved into the legal field. We're going to need lawyers and people who are passionate, but not necessarily, in office. And of course, one of the main priorities I have next Congress that that I intend to put under the Progress Party sort of banner is the bail bonds sort of system.
Okay.
So at this point, I've spoken to a few people. I'm just seeing if this is something you would be interested in collaborating on or being a part of.
Hmm. I mean, I have never really been one myself to get involved with politics, just because I don't know. I think it's a soldier in me. I kind of just do what I'm meant to do. I mean, Liz will even tell you, moving into the private sector, I still call her boss, and it pisses her off immensely. uh, so, I mean, I totally get where you're coming from. It's just I'm not sure that I would sort of directly be involved with any. I mean, obviously the bail bond stuff and the bail reform I can speak passionately on, because it's kind of a, the project I've been campaigning for and getting support for, and obviously 100% behind the fact that you've been supportive since day one. But outside of that, I would probably be a floundering fish of non-importance and non-speakiness.
Hey, well, that's fair enough.
I'm an eloquent one this evening.
I think everyone's brain is a little fried tonight, no problem. But yeah, if that's not, like, I just wanted to sort of give you a heads up, and if you're interested in collaborating or joining in, it's early days, but if you're not, that's also cool as well. I just sort of wanted to throw it your way now that you're a lawyer and not a detective.
Yeah, no, I'm still hated in the city. But no, I mean, I will, like, in terms of the bail reform, things like that, if the party did pick that up, I 100% would be able to be an advocate for that, and I would gladly come and talk and help educate. And then, if a party got behind that and started to push it through with the help of a rep, then that's great. But that'd probably be on a personal level where my involvement would end. But obviously, I'm not sure if Liz has other thoughts on that, whether she wants to get involved there.
No, I still have the judge brain, so that's going to still take me a little while to get used to not being anymore and doing the canons of judgeship where we never got involved at all. So, yeah, I'm not ready for that step myself yet. So,
hey, no problem at all. I'm just glad we could check in, you know?
No,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Bex. I
Well-
still have a lot of respect for you. So,
Hey, thanks. Assuming if I get reelected, which I should, yeah, I'll be getting to work. Should be doing some
Hopefully.
good stuff.
I'm kind of interested to see how the governor one goes, because I know Cole's been hitting it hard, and he's kind of made some bold statements, but I have a feeling that he would follow through on it. I am sorry, I have to take this phone call. I'll be right back.
Of course, I have a call myself.
Howdy, Mr. White. It's Logan Stryker again.
Hey, where exactly is the entrance to your guys' office?
So it's on the Boulevard Del Perro side, and if you come as if you're headed back towards the main part of the city there, it's a little revolving door, and you should see it there. If you're out the front, I can actually come down and just meet you there and walk you on up. That's not a problem.
Is it the office building that's right here?
Yeah,
or is it a different building?
Yeah, it's the Lom Bank building there.
Okay, yeah, I'm out front.
Okay, no problem. If you just want to hit the buzzer there for 2531, I'll get you on in.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, no problem. We'll see you in a moment.
All right.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming on down. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we've got a little sitting room in here. Now, funnily enough, Liz has just disappeared. Oh, nope, Liz is on the phone. If you just like to take a seat here, anywhere, pick one.
All right.
Just go see if Liz is available, and we'll. Hey, Liz, you good?
yeah, give me 2 minutes and I'll be over there. Go ahead and start.
Alright, she's just gonna join us. She's just gonna be a couple of minutes, so we might get started here.
Okay.
Oh, well, apparently not a couple of minutes. Apparently right now.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. Okay. Alrighty. So, first, as I said at the door, thank you for coming on down. We appreciate it. Uh, we have been retained to represent a client of ours that is facing a criminal trial that involves operation of a helicopter. And I myself am not a pilot. While I've ridden in probably a couple of hundred different helicopters, normally that's been fast roping out of a door or going into a compound straight after. So while I know some things, it's nowhere up to the technical level. So that's why we just wanted to have a little bit of a conversation. And after this, see whether or not you'd be willing to just provide your expert. Oh, dear God. Sorry, one sec. Cole Gordon calling me.
That's alright.
Hey, Cole.
Hey, I'm not allowed to leave PD right now because apparently someone put like a bomb on my bus or some shit. But if you want to come down to PD, we can have that meeting.
I am just chatting with somebody at the moment in regards to another case. I'll give you a call after we're done. If you're still under lockdown, then I'm sure we can come down there. But otherwise, then I'll get you to come on down here and enjoy the view.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, as long as you know,
yeah, just let me know
you're not
when
blown
free.
up. Yeah. Don't.
Call me when you're free. I'm at PD now, so.
Okay, we'll do. Don't explode. Okay.
Not a fun experience.
I'll try my best.
Alright, man. Appreciate you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's probably the most hilarious thing I've heard all day.
Oh, what?
PD's not letting Cole leave the station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently someone said they put a bomb on his bus, like Speed or something. I don't know. Either way, so yeah, I suppose we should probably just get down to the core part of it there. Obviously, anything that we do happen to mention here, I just ask you keep it in confidence if you did decide not to work with us, and that's perfectly fine. Before we start mentioning any names or anything like that, I'm just going to give you a couple of vague scenarios that relate to the case, just to sort of see what your opinions are, and then if you're interested, we can go further from there.
Okay.
So, in regards to the helicopter itself, now, as I understand it, the person that should be at the controls must be type rated for that aircraft and license, correct?
Yeah, so they have to have a pilot's license and a rating in that particular type of aircraft.
Okay. Now, in a scenario where, let's say, of the three of us here, you're the pilot, you have the rating, you have the license, I don't, Liz doesn't. Now, let's say we're going out in your personal aircraft, and you decide that you're going to sit in the rear passenger seat, for instance, because I said, oh, I've got this, and I jump in the pilot seat, and Liz jumps in the front passenger seat. Would you, as the person with the certification and rating, be responsible or held as the pilot in command or overall responsible for how that aircraft is flown?
Yeah, so in that situation, since you're the only licensed person in that aircraft, you would still be responsible. You would still be held liable if something were to happen. It would be different if the person that decided to be like, hey, I want to fly, has a license and has a license for that particular aircraft, and now they're responsible for it because they're licensed and they understand the regulations and they understand their responsibilities. But if they're not licensed for it, then yeah, that would still fall on the person that is licensed for it.
What if the person wasn't in the aircraft at all and somebody decided to fly their aircraft?
If the person that's licensed for the aircraft is not in it and someone just decides to take it and go fly, then that's on them. That would be flying without a license in legal terms.
Okay. Alrighty. See, that's kind of exactly what we thought. So I do just want to clarify my understanding. So let's say in the example where you're the only licensed person, I'm flying, you're in the back, you can't reach the controls, and I decide to break altitude restriction and go lower than I should. When you say that we would both be held responsible, what would your expectations be there, or what would we be looking at?
So the problem with the situation that we're talking about here is, even though there is technically still a licensed person in that aircraft, the person that is flying, if they don't have a license, it is still legally classified as flying without a license. The only way that someone is able to fly an aircraft without a license is if they're with a SAFA check pilot or flight instructor. That's the only legal way to do it. So my expectations for something like that, the person that was currently flying the aircraft when something were to happen or it would get reported, they would be, I would expect them to get charged with flying without a license, and then I'd have to look at the regs to see like exactly what the licensed pilot would be charged with. Honestly, I don't even know if there really could be anything because they weren't in the pilot seat, they didn't have the control. So yeah, I don't really know if there could be anything that the actual licensed pilot could be charged with. I mean, I can look if you guys want me to.
If you could look that up for us, that would be brilliant. That'd be great.
So one thing I guess I can think of off the top of my head, without digging too far into the regs here, we have things called pilot deviations, and essentially that's just when a pilot does something in an aircraft, whether they're the ones flying or it's their aircraft and they're responsible for it. If they do something that's against the regulations or not listen to ATC, something along those lines, they get a pilot deviation on the record and their license is suspended for investigation. I could see that possibly happening, unless it already has happened. I've been in the hospital, so obviously I have no idea what's been going on.
Mhm.
But really, off the top of my head, that's the only thing I could see happening. From there, once a check pilot suspends a license, it is up to the chief pilot, so our Vladimir Pachenko. It's up to him to actually investigate it and determine whether we need to completely seize the license or just suspend it for a certain amount of time and then reinstate it. That is really the only thing that I could see happening, since he was in the back seat and wasn't actually flying. And even that, I don't know if it would go very far because he wasn't actually flying the aircraft. He was technically he's classified as a passenger at that point. So I don't even know if it would go very, very far if there would be a suspension in a investigation.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, do you know the seating capacities of various aircraft at all?
So all the helicopters that are in the state, except for one, have a seating capacity of 4. The Sea Sparrow has a seating capacity of 2, and then most of the fixed-wing aircraft, aside from the FiveM, are 4-seaters and 2-seaters, and then the FiveM's a 5-seater. The 2 big private jets that are in the state, the Nimbus and the can't remember the other name of the other jet, but the 2 private jets that are in the state, I believe, have a capacity of 9 or 10, maybe even 12, somewhere in there.
So a Volatus helicopter has a max of 4. You can't possibly squeeze a 5th in there in any storage compartment.
Correct. So the legal term for that is you can't fill an aircraft over the intended capacity of passengers, or what the seating limit is.
Okay. Otherwise, that'd then start to, especially in a helicopter standpoint, move the center of gravity, affect flight dynamics, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so essentially, with that information there, you kind of confirm my beliefs in this. Sort of before, I kind of feel like I'm about to brief you on a black op here in Syria or something, but just obviously we have a client confidentiality that we need to maintain here. So with the scenarios that I've provided, you probably have a kind of a inkling that this particular case is going to involve a helicopter and whether or not the person that is the registered pilot was flying or not. We can tell you a little bit more, but to do that, you would have to be on the team itself as someone that would be willing to participate as an expert witness. So would you be willing that if this goes to trial, to be called up by us in defense for somebody as an expert witness, as a check pilot, and as a manager within SAFA itself?
Am I able to, before I agree to anything, am I able to ask the particulars of exactly what happened?
Yeah, so I can, again, not divulging too much more here. It is a public docket, so if you ended up going and looking anyway, you'd be able to find a little bit more here. But essentially, an aircraft registered to our client was deemed by law enforcement, not SAFA officials, law enforcement, as flying below the standard flight level for the city. I believe they're estimating around, and I use air quotes here, 50-ish feet off the ground. We're not sure how they got that measurement. Now, apparently, they contacted the aircraft via the ATC frequency, spoke to the pilot. They've not provided the name of who they spoke with, but eventually the aircraft landed at the Sandy Shores airfield, and they have accused our client of either being in operation but not naming him as the pilot they spoke with, or being on board as the PIC, the pilot in command of the aircraft, and then fleeing from the scene there. Now, our client has attested that he was not even on the aircraft. He instead was actually located in another location, and therefore none of this was with his knowledge or responsibilities. Which is why we're asking, if it's someone's registered aircraft but they're not on board, are they, responsible for how it's flown, etc. So that's sort of the main basis of the case there.
Okay. Yeah. Let me talk with my chief pilot and just make sure it's that's cool with our company policies and all that. I don't see an issue with it, and I can see why you guys are bringing it up to me. Yeah, if you guys are okay with it, let me talk to him. He just called me, so it'll only take me a couple minutes. Let me talk to him, and I'll be able to give you guys an answer.
Okay, not a problem. If you want to use the front foyer just for a little bit of privacy, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
Not a problem. So, if we can 100% get someone to attest that he was not in that helicopter,
yeah. Well, here's the thing, though, too. They never even once stated who the hell they talked to. So how do they know he was in that helicopter?
Exactly, because they spoke to Carl Fuzz, who said that he was at the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, I've got Carl on my phone here, and if he's awake, I'm just going to give him a really quick call. Dang, he's not awake. Alright, I missed him for today. It's alright, I will probably find another time to get onto him. But there are 5 people listed. Peach Johnson, Carl Fuzz, Stephanie Sinclair, Shaq Leg, Alwyn Ozias. Now apparently they identified Shaq via ID. Alwyn Ozias, Carl Fuzz mentioned Alwyn was over by the bus when he took a nap. Alwyn's helicopter, ATC, is known as Murdoch 1. But it says...
He's not denying it's his helicopter. He's not denying that.
Oh, 100% no.
He's denying the fact that he was on board on that helicopter.
Yeah. Informed me he was going to land. During the flight over the airfield, Brian Miller took a photo of the identification, the registration, which is registered to Alwyn Ozias. While on scene, 527 detained and questioned Peach Johnson, who was not the pilot. After processing Shaq, Miller was watching an individual, Carl Fuzz, Mirandized Carl and asked him where Alvin went. Fuzz said Alvin was right down the road next to his bus. While Air was watching Alwyn, he fell asleep in his bus and was unable to be woken up afterwards, since Miller was tracking the actual pilot, Alwyn. So, They're saying that Air observed him get into his own bus, but yet an officer who, according to the report here, was speaking to somebody else, tracked him like a bloodhound and knew for 100%.
This report was done by Josh White.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. So.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Josh, but at the moment, there is not enough beyond a reasonable doubt here.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, sorry. Vladimir Chenko, Chief Pilot. He is on the way up here, if that's fine with you guys. What was the office number again?
2531.
Vlad, it's 2531. Okay, thank you.
Just so you know, we are still waiting for it just to be assigned that.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Okay. Alright, see you in a few. Okay, he's on his way. I believe it was down at LSIA, so it shouldn't take him too long to get up here.
Okay, no problem. I wish there was a way you could land on the roof and just like rappel down. We'd open a window for him.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. This half office is right across the street at the other office building, and like there's a helipad on top of it. We have been begging to get roof access, but they won't give it to us.
Hey, baby, could I have a Pepsi, please? No, that's okay. Well, that is definitely something that I think you should address to the new governor when they come in. Just be like, we need a helipad on the roof, rooftop access, and I don't know, a Swedish volleyball team.
All right, give me a minute. I'm going to make a quick phone call.
Yeah, go for it. It never stops.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Well, I'd assume being one of, 2 Czech pilots, you're probably consistently busy.
Okay, his phone's busy, so.
Yeah, we have 2 Czech pilot managers in the flight authority. One of them isn't really around too much. He kind of does other stuff now. And then we have probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 actual Czech pilots.
You are amazing. You're amazing. I'd always be too afraid being a Czech pilot in case someone just really messed up and killed you.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience. You'll have people come in and have no idea what they're doing, and you can tell just right off the bat, and you already know it's going to be a very fun experience. And we offer them flight training, and they're like, no, man, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Okay, sure. And then you'll have some people that'll come in and they're really good at it, and they'll really surprise you.
Just wait till you get those in. Oh, what a helicopter rating! I was a Night Stalker. Let me go buzz him in. Why did that not work? That should have worked. Interesting. So guys, after this we got a meeting with Cole, and then we'll probably call it for the day. He might need to buzz again. I buzzed, but I don't think it let him through.
Let me see. Hey, buzz again. Yeah, 2531.
Come on in. We're just around that corner over there.
Okie doke.
You guys totally need like a Safa logo on the back of your jacket or something.
Well, we've been fighting for it, but we are the most underserved department.
It's been 3 months. And counting.
Well, nothing moves quick in this city.
Ain't that the truth?
All right.
Right, so I heard you had some questions about our department.
It's kind of procedurally. Chase has managed to answer quite a few of them. Essentially, we have a case where a helicopter that's registered to one person, we have been advised by our client, who is the registered owner, was operated by somebody else. It's breached the flight regulation airspace in terms of height. Now, police have basically, or PD has charged our client in regards to that, even though he is attesting to us that he was in a different location. So we asked Mr. Wise here just a few questions in regards to licensed operation. What would happen if somebody was, in the back seat and licensed, but the pilot wasn't? What would ultimately happen if somebody who was the registered owner but licensed was not on board, etc. With the information that he's provided, essentially what we're looking is for Mr. Wise to, with permission obviously, participate in the defense of our client as an expert witness, and that way then we're able to attest to the fact that the charge itself ultimately should not have been laid on our client, due to the fact that they were not the pilot or even on board said aircraft when it violated the flight restrictions. So that's sort of the main reason that we call Mr. Wise up here, was to sort of just ask some of those questions and ask whether or not we could employ him as an expert witness.
Understood. All right. To circle back and answer some of those questions, I will specify that if the pilot knowingly provided their craft to an individual that was unlicensed, that would then fall on them in terms of license suspension on our end as well. I will also specify, have you read Police Report 14025?
No, we don't have access to the MDT or anything like that, so...
Understood. I would advise that you proceed with investigation before you collect any more evidence from SAFA then.
Okay. Well, if you have seen that particular one, in regards to who or what incident is that in regards to?
See, now we're at a standoff because I am 90% sure that we are talking about the same individual, but for the sake of their privacy, you don't want to name your client, and I don't want to name this individual. Correct?
Well, we're pretty well at the stage with Mr. Wise where we were, looking to proceed to that point. We obviously do have confidentiality there.
Right, understood.
That being said, it is a criminal docket.
Is in reference to ORT filing 2022CM-010?
One moment. Uh, 22CM010, was that the number you read out there?
Yes.
Yes, it is in regards to that.
All right. Based on the officer testimony we were provided, Mr. Ozias was operating the craft and fled from officers as he was requested to land.
Okay. So, what testimony was provided by Officer Stukes? We have their statement of fact for the case lodging. So, if there's anything outside of that, who was the officer that you spoke to, and what specifically was?
So I was spoken with via the DOJ regarding this incident because they wanted to have Mr. Ozias' license pulled while the trial was ongoing.
Okay.
So I have the record that was provided as part of that police report.
Okay. So what you're saying is there's additional documentation that has not been provided to the court at this stage that it has been given to you by DOJ that provides more information.
I'll specify, I was not given any information. I was simply informed of the situation based on this officer testimony.
Okay. Have you read the particular
I have
document?
myself not read, no.
Okay. Could I just ask you very briefly, since, obviously you have had that officer testimony, if you wouldn't mind, and we'll give you time, you can connect into the Wi-Fi here, if you could read the publicly posted docket and confirm if that's the same testimony you received. Obviously, I'm not asking you to provide anything further, just if it's the same testimony.
And that's the criminal charge, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. Yep. Give me 1 second, I'll give a read through that.
Yep, not a problem at all. The password is real secure. It's 123456.
Very secure indeed.
It's the same as my luggage.
Next time I'm going to make sure you don't set up the Wi-Fi.
What? It's easy to remember. It's alright, next time I'll make it 1 2 2s 3 3s 4 4s 5 5s.
God.
All right, so that debrief, or what's labeled there as debrief, is the information that I was made privy to.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So in that particular case, then obviously you've had contact with DOJ asking you to suspend the license, etc. As part of obviously Mr. Ozias' right to trial, we are building a defense, and I guess the request would still stand whether or not Mr. Wise would, should we require, be willing to testify as an expert witness if we had anything that we wanted to bring up in defense in regards to SAFA regulations, things like that. So that's obviously the main question that we have at the moment. You are absolutely free to say no, you don't have to, or anything like that, but just in case, and I'm not saying that we will be calling you at the moment because we are going through its early days, no judge has been assigned, but just in case, we'd like to have someone we could reach out to and possibly call up if we had questions, etc.
Understood. I see no reason for my department to bar Mr. Wise from speaking. Of course, that is ultimately his decision. Further, if you have any questions about the our regulations, I'm the one that has written most of them since Jack Kell's retirement.
Okay.
So you're also, I am reachable whenever I'm in town.
The biggest thing is you probably will not just, like, if we don't subpoena you, it's quite possible that Mr. Gordon will. So either way, you may end up getting subpoenaed, just to make you aware in regards to your regulations.
Understood.
All right, cool. This also may sound like a bit of a strange question, given the documentation, obviously, that we've read and you've confirmed. Is PIC an actual accepted or authorized term for the owner operator of an aircraft? To my knowledge, it always stood for pilot in command of the aircraft, so the person that should be on that left-hand seat.
So yes, PIC refers to pilot in command. That is actually a federal mandate under FAA 14 CFR 19.3. As per House Resolution 00, it's actually 010, I believe. If there is no state mandate, federal precedent can take priority.
Okay. So it's technically then a misnomer to call someone, say, even in the front passenger seat, which, as we know, in some aircraft does have a collective and flight control. I can never remember the actual cyclic and collective.
So the pilot in command refers to whoever is responsible and in control of the aircraft. I will specify that a pilot in command needs to hold the appropriate registrations and licenses for operation of such a craft.
Okay, unless they're on a check flight with a SAFA representative.
With a certified check pilot, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, and do any of the aircraft in the state have the ability to, how do I want to say this, transfer control from one pilot to the other? Like, for instance, a commercial jet, obviously flying long distance, the pilot on the left seat could, say, fly the departure route. Then they decide that the second officer is going to fly the arrival route at the airport of their destination. Do aircraft in the state have that ability?
Currently, they do not know.
Okay, so we would then be expecting whoever the pilot was that departed would still be the pilot in command when the aircraft landed. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, I mean, that pretty well wraps everything up. At least questions from me. Liz, anything?
Nope, you pretty much covered everything that I was thinking as well. So I do appreciate you gentlemen coming in and giving us your time. I know you're very busy with SAFA and everything, and eventually I'll come down to get my pilot's license. So
Radio, and we're welcome to have you.
Yeah, no, not going to happen. I jump out of airplanes. I don't fly them. Alrighty.
Perfect.
Well,
great.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Of course. Glad we could clear anything up.
Yep. Our doors are very well oiled and maintained. They slip out of your hands.
Beautiful.
Alrighty, guys.
Right,
Thank you
folks
once
have a
again.
good day.
Thank you.
Too.
Of course.
Good job. They still, even though they claim he was flying, they don't have any imagery of him coming in or out of the aircraft. So the likelihood of him flying the airplane is very slim, or the helicopter, I should say, is very slim.
Significantly.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna hate us.
Yeah, when you put an ex-detective and ex-chief justice together, we poke more holes in your story than a trailer park mom and condoms around a military base.
Oh, facts. Very much facts.
Let's see if Cole's out of his imprisonment yet.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
Answer your phone, Gordon! Except it's not even letting me call his fucking phone.
Holy hell.
Doom, 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 doom. Gonna have to try and meet with Mason about this drug dealing charge.
Yeah. Let's see if he's awake right now. I'm gonna put his phone number in the file.
Okay, so I'm taking on So you wanted me on lead on Ozias. You wanted me lead on Mason's criminal.
Yeah, and
be
then
taking
just
lead on Jesus's appeal if Gordon doesn't want to. If Gordon wants to contest it.
yeah, and you're just doing the document for the appeal. I'm taking lead on that one until this.
Mason.
Yeah, until this huge big thing fucking goes bye-bye. And then don't forget, this coming Monday we have that Michael Norman
son
case.
of a whore. I forgot about that. Department of Justice notified to assign a prosecutor. The prosecutor has not been assigned. Didn't they say if it's been over 24 hours that they're throwing it out?
Pardon me?
I swear they said if there was a... Okay. Department of Justice fails to assign a prosecutor to the case in 72 hours. This court will run under the assumption that there is a no contest. We'll still be providing the brief. Okay. And that was yesterday at 10:32 p.m. So 24 hours has already elapsed.
Yeah, so we have 2 more days.
Let's just not mention it to Cole when we speak to him. Hey, here we go.
Mr. Gordon.
Hey, you still under bomb threat lockdown, or?
Kinda. I'm up at the observatory right now if you want to come talk to me. You know, the Galileo one?
Yeah, one of my favorite places in the city. Yeah, we can come meet you up there. Are we gonna be in bomb range, or like, do we need a megaphone for this?
No.
Okay.
No.
All
I'm
right.
with security. We left and whatnot, so.
Okay, not a problem. All right, well, we'll head on up and we'll meet you probably be about 10 minutes, unless I do 80 through the city again and just say I had a headache.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right, man. We'll see you soon. To the observatory.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, apparently we're at a bomb range up there.
Who
would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk? My head hurts.
So does mine. Like, who am I representing? What am I representing again?
I wonder if anybody misses me as a judge, though.
Oh, probably quite a few people, because you actually, got your warrants in quick and shit.
Yeah, I don't get to see sealed warrants anymore.
Nope. So, I had a spark of genius for Mason's criminal one.
Okay.
When a judge gets assigned to it, I'm gonna subpoena the photographic evidence that they would have taken or should have taken of any handoffs to prove that they actually occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they don't have photographic evidence of the handoffs, then, well, how do we know the handoff occurred? Oh, an officer witnessed it. How do we know the officer witnessed what they said they witnessed? It's a single officer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like I'm my little defense attorney Dole or something. I swear I've got this thing repaired. They've done something to my engine. It doesn't sound right. It's not skidding out the way it used to.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is giving me a huge headache with this one with Alwyn, though.
I mean, all we need is, like, yeah. I mean, the thing is, the helicopter had no imagery.
Mm-hmm.
The officers themselves are contradicting themselves by saying that one was talking to Carl Fuzz, but then at the same time, that particular officer was also supposedly following Alwyn to his bus. Now,
Yeah.
I could completely understand Alwyn being by his bus, Mr. Fuzz sitting there and saying, Alwyn's by his bus, Miller calling up on the radio saying, hey, do you see Alwyn's bus? And then they go, oh yeah, hey, and Alwyn's standing right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
100%, but, you know, that doesn't constitute someone leaving the helicopter, which the helicopter itself, Air One, should have seen and should have followed the pilot, but there's no mention of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you've got Gordon earlier on the phone is like, I'm happy to entertain a plea deal because if this goes to trial, you are going to lose. And I'm like,
no, we're not.
From where I sit.
Mr. Gordon, I'm gonna hate to tell you this, but you will lose.
You're gonna lose based on shoddy police documentation and lack of photographic evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but a police officer's testimony is an expert witness. Correct, is an expert witness. However, what is it that we do when we interview witnesses? We discredit half of what they say. Why? Because people may not necessarily perceive correctly what occurs in front of them.
Yep. Funny thing is he hasn't met me in a courtroom yet as a lawyer. He's only met me as a judge, and I scared the shit out of him then. Wait till he meets me in a courtroom. Good luck with that, Mr. Gordon, because you thought I was a bitch on the bench? I'm a bigger bitch in the courtroom, but at least I'm a little more eloquent and calmer when I'm defending somebody.
It was still yellow.
I didn't see a thing. Hey, I'm not a judge anymore. I don't care. Mason said I drive like a grandma.
Yeah, I gotta try and get him to come in and talk to me about this defense thing. What were we doing for his appeal again? The fact that nobody saw him leave the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go through the documentation again, but there's a lot of things. The assault, for one. The assault was the bigger one because of the fact that he uttered threats, not assaulted.
Yeah.
Like, since when has uttering threats been assault? Never.
Well, the very definition of an assault is that you're uttering threats with the ability or the reasonable understanding to back it up.
Yeah, but
you have a pipe in your hand or something.
But he was unarmed. Exactly. So there's no assault. Like, absolutely no assault.
I'm curious as to how they came to second degree murder. Oh, we didn't get around the corner in time.
Yeah, they're all right.
It's a local. They're fine. They'll sleep.
They're right. Yeah, they'll wake back up.
But my big thing is how the second degree attempted murder charge came up, because you can't tell me that ramming a vehicle, which is a cage around you.
That's the battery charge.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely I would definitely settle for damage to government property and aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer.
Yep.
But I wouldn't accept second degree murder.
No, second degree murder was because he apparently shot them.
Oh, after they told him.
But none of them went down. and
Yeah.
he only got one shot, and it hit the vest.
Now, where is this? Where the fuck is Cole?
I have no idea. It's Cole we're talking about.
He's probably over on the... Should I just like pick you up and carry you to all of our destinations or something?
No.
You sure?
See? I don't know why that keeps doing that. Like,
I don't know. It doesn't work here. Well, not here, but like...
You know, it's funny. You and I, out of everybody at an MCD and everything, you and I got along the most.
That's because I fucking am blunt as a baseball bat to the back of your skull.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? Like, if you think about it, right? We never sugarcoated anything with each other.
Yeah.
We told it like it is and like it straight out, right? But...
Cole Gordon. Cole. Come out and show yourself. Don't make me get a thermometer and an EMF reader. What the fuck is this motherfucker?
I have no idea.
Cole Gordon. We call upon the spirits of Cole Gordon. Show yourself.
Oh, God. Holy crap.
By the spirits of Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, Teddy Roosevelt, show yourself.
But lawyer work is a lot like detective work, just as you know, like, because you're trying to piece together what actually happened for your client, so that way there you can get your client off.
Yeah, you might want to rephrase that.
But no, you know what I mean, asshole.
Because that's not a lawyer, that's a hooker right there. That's now on his fucking phone again.
Oh my god. What the hell just pulled up?
I swear to God, Cole, answer your goddamn fucking phone. Come on, Cole. Fucking. God damn it.
You know, like, come on, Cole. I got better things to do with my night. Like, go crawl into bed with my boyfriend. Like, come on. Actually, there is something I need to tell you.
Oh?
I was talking to Lionel before Chase showed up. And Maggie lied to you.
Maggie lied to me? In what way?
Yeah, Charlie is in ICU.
I'm an emergency fucking contact. She's my fucking sister.
Yeah, well, she's in ICU.
Okay. What on earth? What the fuck?
Yep. I hear a helicopter.
I know. Is it 50-ish feet high?
Probably. But yeah. Yeah, Lionel said he knew that Charlie was in ICU, and that's what he told me.
Yes. I can't see any fucking medical personnel. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what happens when we are no longer part of the government.
Like, Anders is fucking off shift. You know what? I see Christina Kane. I'm gonna give her a call.
She's a psychologist, though.
She can still access the MDT.
True.
You see that latest thing from Alwyn?
No, I haven't looked at my phone.
Christina's probably with a patient.
Yeah. She was supposed to be meeting with one of my other clients on that big government thingy. So hopefully that's over soon. Nico's awake. Do you have her number?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, here, I'll give it to you.
I'm just gonna try Cole real quick, and then I'll take a look. Oh, here's Christina. Hey, Dr. Kane, it's Logan Stryker. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Doing okay. I have a pretty strange request for you.
Okay, what's up?
I know that you're part of the psych team, but I also know that you have access to the medical MDT. My sister, Charlotte Avery, is apparently in the ICU. I am an emergency contact, yet when I called the hospital to find out, they said she wasn't there. So I am trying to find out her condition, how serious it is, and whether she's going to be okay.
Okay, give me 1 second while I get somewhere private, and I'll see what I can find.
Alright, appreciate you.
No problem. Sorry, hold on.
No, it's okay. You're doing me the favor. You take all the time you need.
Got my car, and I heard some people talking to the wall, and I don't have the time to use for anything right now. Let me get back to my apartment where I can hide in peace. Hide this car real quick.
No, it's all good. I mean, unless it's the Grim Reaper mobile, in which case you can't really hide that too well.
No, it's a zone of Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Running as best I can from the garage into my
What
own
up,
apartment.
Johnson? What up, Alex?
Okay, there we go. Now I'm safe.
Well, being safe is the first part to being secure.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I already left, man. I'm a fucking lawyer now. Hence the reason I'm wearing Converse and not fucking boots.
She is currently in room, unless she has been moved. She is currently in room 9 on the left-hand side of the bed.
Okay. No, I didn't burn any
Painted an
bridges.
8, reopened wound on the chest or stomach area. She requested to stay the night.
Okay. Did it mention how she reopened said wound?
Does not have that in the notations.
Okay. Alright. Cool. So otherwise though, she's stable, she's good, recovery is probably on the positive outlook then.
Yes, I don't see any notes saying that she needs to be held any longer or that they went and saw a regression. Just that she requested to be checked in last night.
Okay. Alright. Cool. Okay. This is gonna be a completely unrelated question. Do y'all not, like, email or call emergency contacts no more if people get booked into the ICU?
I mean, we're supposed to, but all of us are so short-staffed, and I believe it may just accidentally fall by the wayside. Now, granted, something may have changed, and I wasn't aware of it because I haven't worked medical rotation since June.
Oh, wow.
Personally.
Okay.
But as far as I know, we're supposed to, but we're constant MCIs from bullshit. This, that, and the other.
Alright, well look, I appreciate you taking the call and looking it up for me, and stay safe, don't get, kidnapped none.
I'll do my best. Thank you, sweetheart.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
She busted open her fucking stitches and she's in fucking ICU. Nobody fucking called me about it.
Wow. Well, at least I found out from Lionel. Okay, if he's not here in like 2 minutes, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a fucking call and be like, dude, we're here.
It's busy. I texted him too, but like, I'm sorry. I'm just really tired.
Of course he did. Fuck it. I'll drive you to the office in there. I'll go home myself.
Like,
done.
We're busy people.
Yeah, I apparently have 4 clients without realizing it. What the fuck? Did that just happen?
Yeah? Question mark?
Who the fuck is driving that? It's gotta be a local, right?
No, that's not local. Doesn't look like that's anybody.
Ghost Riders in.
I think I might talk to Mitch and see maybe we can go up for a picnic up here or something. So pretty.
There's a really nice place up here, Shiny. Honestly, I don't think you're meant to like drive up here, but park rangers did it, therefore I'm doing it. That's my defense. I'll stick to it. I once had to meet a informant up here. It was great because they got attacked by a cougar.
Oh boy.
Hello, Mr. Gordon. I was at the fucking observatory for the last 20 fucking minutes.
I'm here, dude. I'm right. Like, do you not see Mon Nash's bright ass fucking pink salmon car that we're all standing next to?
Did you not
Like,
just?
we're literally all here.
Okay, you know what? We walked around the observatory. We invoked Teddy Roosevelt, JFK, RFK, fucking fucking Cleveland Johnson, fucking George Washington.
Standing on top of Mon Nash's salmon pink car.
Well, I don't know what fucking Monash drives. I don't know shit about Monash.
On top, you know what I look like? I'm standing on top of a salmon
Bruh,
pink car.
you said at the observatory. We assumed in the building, and I drove a black fucking convertible up here, and you know what? You know what? I'm literally fucking coming in right now. I'm coming in hot.
Okay. I see you. There you are. Look.
I gotta fucking run you over, motherfucker.
Literally been right here the whole time.
Fuck you, Cole. That's it.
Alrighty, what's up?
Nice toque, butthead.
Huh?
Well, first of all,
listen,
that
I'm laying
over there
low
is the
because I have
observatory.
bomb threats against me.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm just gonna point out that's the observatory.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, let's
You
go
should-
stand
you
over
should
by
have been
that
able to see
tree.
me.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's gonna be with me. He's DOJ, so.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So we'll start with the fun one.
Jesus Martinez.
Yeah, let's start with the fun one. So a couple of disturbing things came out of it. One.
Oh my god. Can someone call Parker? Can you call Gary Schumann and tell him I'm busy?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so a couple of things, as I say, came out of this, and it's a little interesting. So the first thing first is that he was picked up for something. He admits to doing the something he got picked up for. Now, he knew that he was on bail, but rather than let him contact his lawyer and advise anything, they pressured him into saying either you plead no contest or you're going for the nines. And he didn't want to sit in prison. He had no representation provided, and so pled no contest. So one, I'm pissed off about that.
Just real quick, just to clarify some stuff. Was he had no representation because he refused it, because there was not around? What was the circumstances?
Well, we're representing
surrounding that?
him. I'm a phone call or an email away, and he's got all my details. But they did not contact or reach out to either of us as his representation.
So how was he picked up on something else then, basically?
Yeah, so he got picked up on something else, which I believe breached his bail conditions. So he would have been going for the nines anyway. But rather than be allowed to speak to anybody about it and what was going to happen with this warrant and what, or his representation, they just said, you're going away for the nines. Oh dear Jesus, hold on one second. Now I got a phone call. Liz, if you want to take this over while I grab this.
Okay, so yeah.
Logan Stryker of Williams & Associates, how can I help?
What?
It's Logan Stryker of Williams & Associates.
What's Williams Associates?
A law firm? You know, lawyers, legal reps.
I guess. So, are you a lawyer?
I am a lawyer, yes.
I talked to a lawyer earlier. I was trying to get some legal help. I was trying to look up my record without having to go to Mission Row.
Okay, unfortunately, private lawyers do not get to see criminal records. The only thing that can happen is if you hire an attorney, they can put in a request for that through the PD or Freedom of Information, and then be able to give you the details.
Okay.
So
well, thank you for the help.
Not a problem at all. Good luck to you, sir.
Before too, that the person that tweets is known to be like this whole someone else could have had his phone thing. That doesn't really hold up, right? Like
no, it doesn't fly.
Right. So he tweeted it, but that doesn't say that he was the one that had the gun in his hand. That doesn't say that he didn't come across the body and tweet it knowing that they were in
but
a gang
also
war.
that picture, like the picture really isn't clear.
Yeah, no, I do have a better one. But at the end of the day, like, I can't put him as the shooter, the person that caused the harm. I can put him as an associate to it, even if it's just that,
an
like,
accessory,
for example, he might not have even been on scene, but someone could have sent him the photo and said, hey, tweet this out, and then he still did it, therefore he... Right, but that's what I'm saying. At best, I don't even think it's first degree.
Right.
So I was more than willing to talk to you guys and plea it down. But, I mean, if he's pled...
Yeah, he pled no contest, which we want to appeal in anyways, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you appeal it, I'm more than willing to have a discussion about it. Like I said, unless there's something else that I'm not being filled in on, or I haven't been told yet.
Well, I mean, the main thing is if we put the appeal in the way that you're talking to us here, the charges themselves, if the appeal goes in, would you be looking at dropping charges to the accessory level, or would you say not even contest the appeal and then we just get it out?
No, I would contest the appeal because I still think the charges are valid. I just don't think that him being charged is valid. I just don't think that the charges that were originally lodged that he pled no contest to should have been the ones that were filed. I think it should have been probably association to attempted second, right? Which, because it's a fourth off of a half, is like all of 20 or 30 months or something like that, right?
But here's the thing: is you're saying accessory to attempted second-degree murder. When you
wasn't it first degree?
That's what the charge was, yeah. But here's my thing on this. You yourself said you can't put him even on scene. Yet,
right, I can't.
But yet, by the fact that he may have published a photo that someone sent him, being non-directly involved, not in the crime itself, but instead publishing a photo, that's not an accessory to a second-degree murder. That's literally publishing a photo, which, by rights, if he didn't understand that it was from a crime, is protected under the First Amendment.
The tweet he wrote says, just business, by the way. This is what Hudson Welsh looks like, Southside on top, and it is clearly a photo with blood on the ground and multiple bullet wounds in Hudson Welsh's chest. I mean, I think you can understand that tweeting a photo of an active crime scene and supporting that by saying just business means you know what occurred.
By your logic, and I'm going to put it out here, okay, devil's advocate as I have to be.
No, I get it.
If you're saying that now, regardless of the caption there, let's ignore the caption for now because that's this whole different story. But if you're going to sit there and say that sending out a photo of a crime scene potentially makes you an accessory to it, then you need to go shut down CNT, Weasel, and any other news agency across the United States of America.
No, because that is protected under the First Amendment, not being able to restrict the reporting of news agencies. However, the First Amendment does have stipulations to threats of violence, acts of violence, stuff like that.
but he's not threatening violence, nor has he. God damn it! Now I got Sally Jenkins from MCD calling. Hey Sally, what's up?
Hey, I have a question for you since none of the judges will answer, but
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm doing this right.
Okay.
I just finished like 4 hours of interrogations
Uh-huh.
on people that we arrested probably 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Around a watermark of like midnight 30. Sorry, Julie needs my phone number. The reason that it's kind of like taking so long also involves some other levels of things, if you get my drift on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So the guy pled guilty. I just need like a judge's opinion on sentencing where the DOJ can fight for death penalty and things like that. So I'm gonna file a docket, but do I just say I need a sentencing, like he already pled guilty? Because the problem is that Serena went into the ICU. She hasn't finished one of the reports. I'm waiting on another report, and some of the reports that I'm waiting on are charges. So I was gonna definitely make like an email chain, but at the same time, like.
Look, to be honest, if you've only just finished, you have 48 hours to compile everything and put it onto the docket.
Well, the problem is that I arrested him
at Dark 30 yesterday.
He said, what's his name?
No, Dark 30.
Oliver.
2 days ago. I had to use yesterday to compile reports that I didn't have.
Yeah, okay.
I can talk on a different level before someone tries to throw this case out, but it had to happen this way because of reasons.
Okay. Look, to be honest, the difficulty with this is your time limit's coming up, and I mean, I'm a defense attorney. I should be laughing this up and saying, haha, but I love you too much to do that. You need to get on to whoever from DOJ wants to take on this case, whether it's Cole, whether it's Harvey, whether it's Cassandra. They need to appeal to a judge to have an extension due to abnormal circumstances. Preferably, you'd want to talk to John McLemore. If McLemore grants an extension on the ability to submit, similar to what we did on that other case.
Well, I mean, I'm going to submit my docket. It's just the charges, like, may change slightly, but it's just, I just need a sentencing hearing. That's it. The guy pled guilty.
Well, if it's a sentencing hearing, it doesn't even need to go to the docket. Is he wanting a bench trial?
No, he's pled guilty. We just need a sentencing, but I said it would probably be a sentencing trial because this guy's a serial killer.
Okay. Okay, this is going to sound like a really stupid question. How many months is he looking at?
I don't know that yet because I don't have the other report. There's like 2 reports that I need, and then he was involved in this Dallas kidnapping thing. Like, I'm gonna file the docket right now, but I'm putting in my docket that like the total charges are still pending because we have a giant case file that I'm trying to organize, because part of the reason this is taking so long is one of the detectives ended up in the ICU and we all had to pick it up and had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna have a word with Cole because I'm literally just right next to him here.
Has a fucking attitude and a chip on his shoulder today with me,
give me 2 seconds. I will give you a call back after I have a chat with him and let you know what we can do. All right.
I mean, should I start typing up a docket or what?
Get it typed just in case, but given that he's already pleading guilty, I don't even think it's going to need to be a docket. It's more than likely we may be able to just schedule something or even hold him until the judge can see him tomorrow.
I mean, I'm holding him for sentencing anyway because of this, but like, I don't know the next time that he'll technically be available.
No, I track. All right, give me like 5 minutes, and I'll give you a call back.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, bye.
Bye.
At all. So that is going directly to Cyrus if you need to talk to anyone.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask for a little time out here. Sally just called me with a very interesting situation. So they have a serial killer who has pled guilty. Problem is, one of the detectives is in ICU, and the other is writing the report but hasn't gotten it there. Now, suspect was arrested 0:30 2 days ago, so it's coming up on the 48-hour window. But given that he's pled guilty, they are looking at what to do. problem being, because the detective's in the ICU, not all the
They
charges
need to
can
get
be
an
provided
extension
forward.
from the Chief Justice to see if they
That's what I was
can.
thinking.
That's what they
Well,
need to do.
But technically, because
here's the
he's pleading
question.
guilty, they could just
Right.
hold him.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter if he's pleading guilty or not. It's still a 8-hour window.
To
Period.
file the case, yeah.
Period.
To file the case.
Okay.
So
the
they
question
need
I
an
have.
extension.
Right. The question I have is there any reports that they can use as an arresting report to file, right?
To file
and
the
then
docket,
we
and
can
then
submit
add-
the other ones into discovery.
That's what I was thinking
Why
as
did
well.
Sally call me?
Because I think she thinks you're out. But no, that's okay. I'll give her a call back because it's exactly what I was thinking. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, just tell her Cole agrees.
And
Just
ask her
basically
for your money
file.
back.
File what you got, add it to discovery later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello.
And then ask her for your money.
Sorry, Liz just said something to me. Okay, so you have a report right now that you have charges on that you're arresting him on, correct?
I have a case file.
Okay, but that has the charges so far minus what needs to be added.
It has the charges so far.
Okay.
Minus an incident report of. I mean, I know it's a murder and a mutilation.
Okay.
Because the guy's fucking intestines were all over the goddamn
Jesus
altar.
Christ.
But
yeah. Okay.
I know it's a murder and I'm putting that down, but
But you need
like
the
the
report to
report
back it up.
itself is not. I mean, I was there, I saw it, and there's a dead body, and I have an ME report. But
Okay.
the case file is not finished. Now I know when Joe and I arrested the Apex, like she got an extended, like she got a week to finish her case file. I don't need a week. I need like until the end of the fucking weekend.
Okay. So, two things. There's two ways that you can proceed with this, and Cole agrees with both ways that I was thinking. So, number one, you can ring John, get an extension from the Chief Justice till the end of the weekend, or however long you need. If he grants that, you're golden. Second way that you could do this, with the case file and the charges that you have now that he's been arrested on, raise a docket, start the process for the court, for the trial, or whatever sentencing may need to happen, and when it goes into discovery, add the other incident reports that you're waiting to finish in the discovery phase. So those are the two ways that you move forward.
That's what I thought, because we don't really need like a huge trial process, because he pled guilty to everything.
Yeah, and you can definitely note that, but I would suggest trying John first, saying, look, you got a guy that's guilty. Can I have an can we get the 48-hour window extended to X date, and then go from there?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
Okay. Just so you know, it's $250 for a consult for 30 minutes. So, do you want to pay that by cash or credit?
I hate you so much right now.
I'm kidding.
You son of a bitch. I'll pay you in whiskey. We'll go out to a bar.
All right, that works. All right, I'll catch you later. All right.
Not great for me.
Bye, Stryker.
No, but I'm just saying, like, just be prepared that he may want to sue for the.
Sure.
And and we'll advise him to straight out, and I'm going to tell you this straight out, that we'll probably advise him that it will be only for the time that he spent in there, plus fine. So.
And what is it, 1,000 a day, basically?
Yeah.
Is that how they're doing it now?
Yeah.
All right. You want to move on to the next one?
Can you give me a little TLDR, or Liz, do you want to do that in the car ride? Hold on, I'm back to.
We can. Okay. I can give you it on the way home.
All right. So yeah, we'll move on to the other one. You want to start on this one, Liz, or you want me to?
Nope.
No, you want me to
go for it.
You want me to go all bulldog here? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm tired.
Okay. All right. So the Ozias one, reading that docket, it's kind of farcical how bad that report is. You have no clear indication that Allen was operating the vehicle. Nobody
we're
tracked.
not claiming. No, we're not claiming he's operating the vehicle.
Well,
we know he wasn't at the controls.
They did, and the docket claimed that he was in fact flying.
They also claimed, and let me. They also claimed that he is still the pilot in command, even if he was not at the controls, which, according to SAFA regulation, is incorrect.
That's not incorrect. I talked to Safa myself
Okay,
about
well,
it.
we literally just spent 40 minutes with Safa. Now here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Let me finish on this part.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Ozias is saying he was in his bus, of which none of the officer statements, including in the docket, identify him being seen leaving the helicopter. Now, according to
That's
staff,
not true.
well, no, it's in the doc. Okay, well, in the docket.
Hold on.
Let him finish, please.
In the docket, there is no time where anyone has confirmed that he left that helicopter. It states 520 Miller spoke with Carl Fuzz, who said that he was by his bus. Miller then found him by the bus, which doesn't even account for how. He had no visual on him. At no point was there anything in the how was he identified, either listed at the top of the report, that he was seen exiting the aircraft. It is his registered aircraft. We're not contesting that. However, he was by his bus. Nobody can place him leaving vehicle A to vehicle B. And if there is, then that photo and the exact statement should have been put into there. So at the moment, you're charging somebody with criminal charges for something they cannot be charged for by the very admission of the officers who put the docket up.
So Cole put the docket up, but
I
with
put
their
the docket up.
statement.
The statements, but your statements that the officer gave.
When it comes to aviation law, and the best example that I can give you that I spoke with staff about is as follows. Let's say, Stryker, you didn't have a pilot's license and you wanted to go get...
Oh, trust me, we've been all through this, Cole. Trust me.
Yep. The flight instructor is the one who maintains pilot in command, even though they are not in control of the aircraft. Alwyn was the only one under 14 CFR 91.3 who was licensed, had a type rating, and had the proper authority to be in command of that aircraft.
Okay,
so
but
whether or not... Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you there. All right, but here's the thing. Nowhere in that docket does it state that that Alwyn was indeed in that fucking helicopter. Nowhere.
It does, yeah, exactly. This is my point. He cannot be charged for how somebody joyriding in his registered vehicle that we don't even know if he gave permission to them to be in has breached that no-fly zone. You're attempting to charge somebody with an FAA violation for something that they may not have had any knowledge that their registered vehicle was participating in.
Soon as Discovery opens up, the reason I can't provide it now is because the reports that list him inside the... So, I will tell you, he was inside the aircraft, okay? The way I can prove that he was inside the aircraft, I cannot release now because Discovery is not open up, and they're on the reports for the other people that were arrested in incident to it.
This is also what we want to do, too. Due to the fact that you both are running for candidacy, whether it be even though you are governor, running for governor, and he's running for state rep, we want somebody that's impartial on this.
Okay, so...
That has zero anything to do with the governmental
Basically, anything with the elections at all, we want to make sure that
that's fine.
For both parties, not just for one, for both parties.
What I will do is I will get in contact with Damien Underwood.
Okay.
Who now
I'm
works
good with that.
DOJ, and see if he can handle it.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
If that is okay with you guys.
I am very good with that.
But yes, let me just say this. I will tell you now, and this is why I said, like, without a doubt, I will be able to place him in the aircraft. Without a doubt, I will be able to place him as the pilot in command. If he wants to plea it out, I have no problem trying to plea it out. But if he goes to court,
let's see what Discovery has first, and then we go from there.
Long story short, the reason I can't release it now is because it is criminal records of other participants in the crime, right? And I can't release that until I also get approval from the courts because it's technically sealed information, and for me to use that now on a criminal blah 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 corruption blah blah blah, right? Information leaks. I can't do that.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Discovery, and then we'll go from there.
Correct.
But knowing now that you will appoint Damien, we're good with that.
Yeah. And honestly, we need to teach people how to write reports better.
I agree.
Because I'm having this conversation based on what we get, and obviously we haven't got the full story. You've said it, we said it, we acknowledge that, but at the same time, moment it's my client, I got to start hounding you in a respectful and loving way.
Yes, but there's another warrant that we're working on too. Yeah. That was brought up in criminal charges. That isn't well written either. That we poked a lot of holes in.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, send them my way. Like, I will do an independent review. I have
Can I
no
win the
problem
case first
fucking.
and then you do your
Yeah,
independent
I have
review?
no problem yelling at officers.
Yeah,
So.
can we win this case first before you do your independent review?
I mean, we're not talking
Yeah.
the Osiris one. The other one,
But,
then I'll let you
Cole,
do your
you know
And here's
me.
the thing. Hold on. You talked to Alwyn, right?
Yeah.
So he did admit today, if I'm recalling correctly, and I'm going to have to go back because the interview was recorded. But if I recall correctly, Alwyn did admit under Miranda today, while representing himself and choosing to represent himself, that he was in the aircraft at time of operation. He was just not at the controls, and that was his argument he made to me.
Okay, because he told me he wasn't in the aircraft at all.
Okay, so he's lying to you, and Alwyn's known to do that to a lot of people, so...
No, we'll go from there anyways, but
I'm just letting
irrelevant.
you know, and the recording will be provided as well if it's
Okay.
intact. But I do remember him, if I recall correctly, admitting under Miranda that he was in the aircraft.
Okay, but back to reports. You know damn well how much I fought those fucking reports when I was Chief Justice and when I was a judge, so...
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I think the report writing in general needs to be done a lot better, but we also have people with... Part of the problem is some people have language barriers, some people don't have the report writing skills.
That's not an excuse,
Not
Cole.
everyone... Yeah, I know. I think I even talked with Chris Stevens a while back about him and I running a report writing class together.
Oh, yeah, Chris Stevens. Great writer of fucking reports.
That's
don't
why
fucking
he wanted
think
me
so.
to do
He
it.
Is
That's
not
why he wanted me to do it.
He doesn't
No,
write reports, Cole.
I know. That's why he wanted me to run it.
I was gonna say he would have come to you and go, so hey there, Mr. Gordon, the reports are not great.
Exactly.
Could you write and maybe educate my officers on how to do proper reporting?
How the conversation went. That's exactly how the conversation went.
Oh my
Anyways,
god.
my boyfriend is sitting in bed. I am tired. I want to go home to bed. So.
Alrighty, go enjoy.
Just, why gods? Why do I work in this system?
Enjoy.
All right, Cole. Love you,
night.
buddy.
Have fun.
We still got him.
For Jesus.
No, not Jesus. We still have him for Alwyn.
Well, unless fucking Alwyn did in reporting after Miranda fucking admit to operating the helicopter.
Yeah, but we do have some things with that because Cole usually likes to blow smoke up people's ass.
It's like, can I finish a fucking sentence, Cole? Bro, come on, seriously.
Yeah, he interrupts all the time, honestly. There's no way he's gonna win this election. We'll get him.
So, what did he say about Jesus?
He said go ahead and file the appeal.
Okay.
Basically, he stated that he will offer the reduced sentences for it. And I said, be prepared, you will be sued. And he goes, well, why? I go, because he pled no contest after he was coerced into pleading that. Because they did not get a hold of his lawyer, because they didn't do their due diligence on the court docket.
Now,
And I was awake today.
Well, I mean, had they even emailed me or called, and if I was awake, I would have got out of bed, got my shit on, rolled down there, said, you're a dumbass, but I also would have sat there and said, look, I understand you're going to be in prison for a while. Keep the not guilty plea. Because now, I mean, in an appeal, I know courts are meant to be neutral on, but let's be honest, if someone pleads no contest, does the time and fine, how does that look?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like, oh, well, I'm guilty, they caught me, but I'm gonna fuck the police over by making them go to court.
Right. I don't know.
Hey, Lorelei, one of our clients. That's who we're talking about. And then we got this Mason Raptor thing. Oh, no, sorry, he's not Mason Raptor. He's Mason Valentino now.
Yeah, I still call him Mason Raptor.
So I'm gonna have to try and meet with him.
Well, the warrant one, that's easy. That is very easy because of the way that fucking warrant is written. It's like shit.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm fairly confident with that, especially if that goes to discovery and as I'm gonna be subpoenaing like where's your footage that this actually took place. Because the report says only one officer was there. One officer an expert does not make. Plus, if he only saw one handoff, what's to say he wasn't handing this particular person something they dropped, or a leaflet for the local environmentalist. Wow, guy in the red just cut us off.
it's normal. These locals are assholes. I hate these lights because you go to get green, then you got to stop at the red, and then it goes green, and then
I swear
it's
green.
like.
I must be green.
Yep, it was green. It was green to me too. Like I said. Everybody thinks, oh, you drive slow because you were a judge and you follow the rules of the road and you don't have it. Because I have nothing on my record. Not even a speeding ticket. Like it's just so funny. We'll see. But remember, we don't take cases that we can only win. We're not.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, my. There we go. Green light.
We're not shooting.
No, and that's why, like, with Auto Exotic, I tried to be as upfront and honest and said, look, I can't tell you 100% we're going to win this because there's a couple of things that I could even poke holes in. But if you hire us, we'll do our absolute best.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, oh God.
Just got the psyche valve for one of them that kidnapped the governor.
Loopier than a box of Fruit Loops.
Oh, yeah. Yippers. It states here, as such, I do not believe had enough mental capacity to be responsible for her position of her actions.
Wow.
That's an insanity play right there. All right, I'm going home. I'm tired.
I'm gonna go pass out in this hedgerow right over here.
All right, good night.
See ya. Alrighty, guys and girls, it is time for us to end it here. I want to thank everybody for coming on out today. We started a little bit later than we anticipated. I want to thank the love of my life for hosting us for 5 viewers. And Alan Sterling, if you're still here, or even if you're watching the playback, thank you so much, my man, for the 7 gifted Tier 1 subs. I really do appreciate it. And then, it helps us help you be entertained. Alright, y'all. Well, have a fantastic afternoon, evening, nighttime, whatever it may be for you. Take care. We'll see you all tomorrow. By the way, if you guys do like the little wolf guy, please let me know, because otherwise I might delete him. And he doesn't want to die today. Alright. Bye.